Good morning from Universal's Epic Universe, Universal's newest theme park, and I wanted to start in on our detailed tours of all of the different lands inside of Epic Universe. Our first one is the main area that you come into, Celestial Park. So let's go inside and have a look around. So out here is the parking lot, and you can come in through here through security and through your ticket check. And then off to the left, you've got rentals and lost and found. And this is where you will rent wheelchairs and strollers, and if you lost anything throughout the day, this is where you'll come back to try to find it. As we turn from Lost and Found, right over here is the lockers. So there is a little area here outside of the main portal, or the Emerald portal, and right through here are the lockers. So if you have something big that you want to store for the entire day, there are lockers outside of the main areas. There are 3 rides that do have lockers, but these are the lockers that you would use to store stuff all day long that you don't want to carry around with you. They're 2 different sizes. A little bit smaller, a little bit bigger. Oh, and it uses photo validation, so you don't have to have any ticket or anything like that. You just pay for them here, and I don't see anything that has the prices of them. Let's see, let's just try. Push to rent. I'll look at the camera. Here's me, that's me, I'll confirm it. Okay, so medium lockers 15, large lockers are $20. So there you go. There is also like a nice little seating area out here outside of the lockers. Back from the lockers, which were right there, lost and found right here, Emerald portal straight ahead of us. And before we get through all of that, we head over here. This is first aid and guest services. So if you need any first aid or if you have any questions about the park or anything like that, then you do that over there. And then over here is where you would check in if you have a VIP tour or a VIP experience booked. Right through those gates right there. So I did find out this entrance right here is a dedicated ticketing and security entrance for people that have a VIP tour booked, which is different from the main turnstiles over here or over there. So if you have a VIP tour booked, either private or non-private, you have your very own entrance right here. And another thing is, if you do not have a ticket when you show up and you buy a ticket at the ticket booth up there, instead of having to buy a ticket and then go around to another entrance, like the other regular security, you just buy a ticket and come through, and they have their own dedicated entrance if you're buying a single day ticket, right there. And then you would come over here just to the left of first aid to the dedicated VIP entrance. So if there's a rope drop or something happening here, they do have their own VIP entrance, and there is a staircase there. We haven't done the VIP experience yet, like the official VIP experience. And I believe that you would go up those staircases maybe to a special lounge. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and find out. Stay tuned for another video about that. And that leads us to the Kronos right here and the Emerald Portal. This is the main entrance to Epic Universe and the main entrance to Celestial Park. Beyond this gate, find Gardens Green and epic worlds to fill your dreams. And so just before opening, this is where the rope drop area will be for regular ticketed guests. There is, however, people that are staying at the local hotels that have early park entrance will see a guest experience team over here, and they'll let you in either on this side or on this side of the portal an hour beforehand or whatever is scheduled for that day. Today it was an hour before park opening into Celestial Park. So now let's head in a little bit further, and you can see I have a lot of different kind of like steampunky elements here as we head through. Kind of like a heartbeat sound as we walk through. And we come to the main reveal of Epic Universe here in the Court of the Moon, with, of course, the statue of Luna right there and Helios Grand in the background. Now on either side, you will find wayfinding devices here, like screens that'll tell you what's in this direction. In this case, Isle of Berk and Ministry of Magic are to the right. And over there, it's telling us that Super Nintendo World and Dark Universe are to the left. So we are actually gonna start to the left and head in that direction. One thing I wanted to point out was this detail on the ground kind of emanating from Luna, who is this statue right here, and coming up to this Emerald portal right there. And I also want to show you the backside of the Emerald portal, get a detailed look at the Kronos up there. And then there is an inscription on the back of the portal. It says, "You wonder next which path to chart. The answer lies within your heart." And Luna does have an inscription on the back. It says, "The goddess Luna draws the veil across the world as colors pale. Her glowing face reflects the light and pulls stars into the night." So like I said, we are heading to the left. And I wanted to also point out that this information pillar here not only gives you wayfinding, but it also gives you wait times for the rides right now and the time that the park closes. So So right now, Fire Joel, just 5 minutes. Let's see here. Oh, and it gives you times for the shows that are coming up next. And also gives you a QR to download the Universal Orlando Resort app. So our first stop on the left over here is the Otherworlds Mercantile, which is a gift shop that contains items from all of the different lands inside of Epic Universe. You can see here above the sign, it's got How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, Dark Universe, Super Nintendo World, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. So inside of this store, you will find different souvenirs from all of the different lands. And it is broken into sections. You can see here is How to Train Your Dragon. Back there, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Dark Universe, more Dark Universe, and then Super Nintendo World over here. And then right here in the front, just some Epic Universe merch. And then I have also heard that there are some hidden Easter eggs in this area of the roof or the ceiling, but I'm not sure what they are. I haven't seen it happen yet. Leave me a comment down below if you guys have heard any rumors about this or seen anything happen specific in this area. So we can kind of see some representations of different areas of Celestial Park right here with Apollo, who is back at Helios. Luna is up there, kind of not really lit right now. And then Volant, which is the Atlantic restaurant, which we will see in just a minute. And then these other ones, the dragon right there for Blue Dragon, which is another restaurant here in Celestial Park. They also have Pegasus, Corvus, and Stardust is in there as well, which obviously represents Stardust Racers. I did also want to point out that some of the characters from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic are available for purchase here as well. And then as we exit Otherworlds Mercantile, we continue to the right where we find Moonship Chocolates. Moonship Chocolates is such an interesting store to me. So this bear above the door is Captain Cacao. And he's basically like the mascot of Epic Universe. And so Captain Cacao is a lovable bear who embarks on interstellar adventures, sailing the cosmos in search of delectable treats. His whimsical journeys are the inspiration behind Moonship Chocolates and Celestial Sweets, a confectionery shop in Celestial Park that offers a variety of sweets. Here, your group will find treats collected by young adventurer Maya of the Skies and her navigator, Captain Cacao. Together, they fly their Moonship, which is right here in the center of the room here, searching high and low for otherworldly treats to bring back to their shop at Universal Epic Universe. And you can see the Moonship right here. That is what the counter is made of. And there he is, Captain Cacao. And they have all kinds of different things available for him. Backpacks, as well as a backpack for his Moonship. And they have shirts and cups. And they have some recipes back here for how to make the different items that they sell. Look at this. This is cool looking. I like this little display case. Oh, and then a map for where they went. To the Bananas Nebula. 7-layer belt. That's fun. I like how everything has like chocolate theme to it. When they charted the stars, there's a banana split right there. Now let's see what else they have here. Good morning. Ooh, lots of chocolate covered marshmallows. They have a Captain Cacao bear, like cookie. His Moonship cookie right there. Oh man, I want to eat all of this stuff. Chocolate covered apples, a Rocky Road apple down there. Ooh, all kinds of different truffles too. Cookies and cream truffles. Oh my gosh. These look amazing. I want to eat these right now. And the macarons. Ooh. So one of the team members did tell me that this is an actual recipe that you can make at home. Some of these other ones, you know, like 2 parts moonbeams. You can't get moonbeams, but like this one, you could actually make. They also have bulk candy over here. And I like this bag. Moonship Chocolates and Celestial Sweets for $48. You can also, if you don't want to get them in bulk, they do have some items pre-packaged. Oh, this stuff seems like it would make a great gift. These are butter cookies. You could eat them and then put your sewing stuff in there. Give it to your grandma. Oh, these are fun. Look at this, like little star-shaped rice treats and marshmallow treats. Lollipops. Yeah, a lot of fun stuff in here. Oh, and they do also have cotton candy with freeze-dried candies inside of it. Yeah, they're Skittles. Look at that. And then from Moonship Chocolates and Celestial Sweets, we continue to the right where we come to an area here that has a large circular imprint in the ground, or a large circular area of color in the concrete, as well as a wide open space back there. And I'm assuming this is going to be an expansion pad where they can add a whole nother land in the future of Epic Universe. But to the opposite of that, we do have the Atlantic right here. It's the Atlantic restaurant. This is the high-end restaurant in Celestial Park. And if I come over here real quick, you should be able to see the menu real quick. I'll actually go inside and see if we can look at the menu up close. And this is one of the things that we saw in the ceiling in the constellations was this fish. Cool mermaid theme. There's also a bar in here if that's something that you're interested in. And then when you're in the park, this won't work when you're not in the park. This is the QR code that you would scan to make a reservation for in here. Here's a little bit closer look at the menu right here. And this will give you an idea of the price of everything too. $21 for the burger. The filet is $40. Half-pound lobster roll for $48. And then back here is the list of their signature cocktails and their wines, as well as their draft beers and canned beers and nightcaps. Like the bubble detail above the bar. Oh, finished with gin. That's really funny. Lots of seating. You can see there's a large thing here. This is the Atlantic. This is something you'll be able to see from out in Epic Universe inside of Celestial Park. And if you look real carefully, they're not running right now, but all of these fish are on a track up here so that they will be moving around. A lot of kinetic energy will be happening as you're eating in here. And it's also a large restaurant with lots of waterfront seating. So at nighttime, perfect date spot. I like that the floor here looks like sand with the different like sea star looking things in here. And then as you get down, the carpets start to look more like watery and bubbly down there to the bottom level. And so from Atlantic, we are turning again in this direction, headed towards the back of the park, headed towards Helios. The front of the park is behind us. We're making our way clockwise around Celestial Park. So like I said, we are here during annual pass holder previews, so some of the stuff is not complete. This is a technical rehearsal park. So keep in mind, this tour will not be 100% complete. Take for instance, this pathway right here is blocked off. You will be able to get down to the waterfront right there, but you can't do it right now. And then over here, this looks like it will be a popcorn stand, as noted by the popcorn sticking out of the top. So from the popcorn stand, we are continuing our way around Celestial Park. So for the most part, it is a circle. However, once we get up here to the carousel, it will start to change and there will be some interweaving parts of Celestial Park. As we continue on to our right, you'll find Concierge, which is basically just guest services. If you have any questions, they can help you out here. And then we come to our very first portal right here, Super Nintendo World. This is the very first portal into one of 4 lands outside of Celestial Park in Epic Universe. I want you guys to be prepared for this. This is the loudest, busiest world in Epic Universe. We're going to head in there. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a lot of people, and there's going to be a lot of things happening. There's going to be a lot of things to look at and a lot of things to see. So I thought the best way to view this land was by getting a power-up band, a brand new power-up band, and going through and doing the challenges as they are in the land. And then we'll go over the food and things like that. But the majority of the things that you can do in here are based around the power-up band. So we've got a brand new Donkey Kong power-up band. I'm gonna set it up in the app with you guys. Then we're gonna go inside and start doing some challenges and making our way around Super Nintendo World. First thing we need to do is we need to open up our Universal Orlando app. If you're inside of the park, it'll go straight to Epic Universe. If you're anywhere else, you will have to navigate to Epic Universe. But the very first thing that we do is we scroll down to the Super Nintendo World section, and then we go over to Universal Play. We click on Universal Play, and then we'll slide down to where it says Play Now, and that will load. Of course, we already have an account. You can see there's Jackson's, there's mine, and then Jackson has another one, and Jackson has another one. But we are going to add another power-up band. So if we hit Options, and then we hit Add Band, it'll open up the camera, and then we just scan the QR code on the back of the band. And that'll bring up Team Donkey Kong, because this is a Donkey Kong band, and you can select your character image, you can select your background color, and then we need to do a player name, so I think we'll go with, instead of Donkey Kong, it'll be Timmy Kong. And then, okay. Let's see, oh no, that's not an appropriate name. Oh dear. Tim Tracker 2. This is my second Tim Tracker. Let's see if that's appropriate. There we go, we're all set. Okay, so now, because we scanned the band and we are inside of the park, we already have 3 stamps that are available. The first one being punch any question mark block, which we didn't do, which is kind of exciting and fun. We also got, let's see what the other ones are. Super Nintendo World, we should have gotten visit between March 1st and May 31st. And then also visit during the opening month of Super Nintendo World. So those are the 3 stamps that we have gotten, and then we will just continue to collect stamps throughout the day, and we'll be going into this app again and again and showing you guys and talking to you guys about what all the different stamps are that are available within the land. As you can see, there are 200 of them. We will not be able to get 200 of them today. Some of them are like you have to ride Mario Kart 5 times, 10 times, you have to get in the top 100 for the day. So there's a lot that we won't get, but we are going to get quite a few today. So let's head inside. So as you can see, we're walking up to the portal. The concrete out front looks like Rainbow Road with a superstar there. And then surrounding the portal, we've got Diddy Kong, Bowser Jr., Yoshi, Luigi, and then starting at the bottom again, Donkey Kong, Bowser, Princess Peach, and Toad. And then the inscription, "Here we go," with the medallion up top, switching between 3D Mario and the 8-bit Mario. I was gonna stop on the 8-bit Mario. That's fun. And then as we go up, we've got a coin, a mushroom, a fire flower, and then some superstars at the very tippy top. And we're gonna go inside. And so, as you can see, we're heading through the portal. This portal looks the same as all of the other ones with this celestial pattern across the outside. And then we head through kind of like a green mist, and we're heading up an escalator. But I did also want to point out that through this door are elevators that you will be able to take up to get to, or no, is this just a portal in? Let's see here. Is this just a walkway in? Huh. I didn't even notice that this was a thing before. So when you turn right, there is a second entrance where you don't have to go up an escalator, and you end up on the bottom floor of Peach's Castle, and there are some elevators here that will lead you up to the second floor of Peach's Castle, as well as a stairwell. But we're gonna go back and we're gonna take the escalators up because that's how we're gonna start it. So back at the escalators, and we are taking them up. And you can hear there is the warp pipe sound effect as you're headed up. There it goes. And I really like this reveal up the escalator better than I like the one in California. So as soon as we come out of the pipe, we are in Peach's Castle from Nintendo 64, the Nintendo 64 version. All the details of Princess Peach's crown up top. And then you can see there are the paintings over here where you can get the whole story of what's happening as you're entering in Super Nintendo World. So it'll just change here in a second. So you can see here is Princess Peach with her golden mushroom, but then Bowser Jr. shows up and he takes it. And then Bob-ombs take over the land. And your job is to get the golden mushroom back. You can see right there on the door, he painted, "Looky what I got," and a picture of the golden mushroom. One thing I wanted to point out before we get too far is here in Princess Peach's Castle, if you turn to the left, these are the elevators we just showed you at the handicap entrance where you need the elevators to get up. If you should need the elevators, this is where they exit into Princess Peach's Castle. If you've played Mario 64, this room may seem awfully familiar to you with the paintings of the Goombas and the floor here and the ceiling paintings that look like clouds, and then the Bob-ombs in this painting when it switches back are also in reference to the Mario 64 game. And then as we exit Princess Peach's Castle, we head into the Mushroom Kingdom, Super Nintendo World. I did want to point out first, off to the right when you get here, is the meet and greet for Princess Peach. But we're going to be starting to the, I guess we'll start, this is so confusing, there's so much stuff, I'm not even sure where to start, because it's kind of like chaos when you walk in here. It is a bit overwhelming, there's a lot happening, and there's a lot to see. Just looking around, you can see the desert represented here from Super Mario 3D World. You can see Mount Beanpole represented from Super Mario 3D World. Bowser's Castle here is sort of a conglomeration of Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 8. It is kind of a huge conglomeration of all of the different Mario games. Also, the binoculars are references to Super Mario 3D World. Speaking of the binoculars, I did want to point out that that is one of our first stamps that we will get, is by looking through the binoculars, and each binocular, you'll be able to zoom in on the land, a specific spot in the land, and pick out a character, say Rosalina or a Pikmin, or just view Super Mario through the land. And then after you beat Bowser Jr., there'll be another stamp that you'll be able to get by looking through the binoculars. So we are going to start to our right. I did want to give you guys a look backwards at Princess Peach's Castle. And then here she is meeting and greeting over here. You do get a stamp for meeting Princess Peach. I don't think they're doing it currently because we still are in previews and the land is not open yet. But we're gonna go over here to these binoculars. Did also want to point out that there are piranha plants everywhere and turtle shells everywhere and coins everywhere and blocks. So if you have your power-up band and you come over and you hit the underside of one of these blocks, you can see the spot to do it. You can hear the coin noise go off. That other noise, that's the noise that it makes if you don't have a power-up band. So you still can interact with the bands and blocks around the land without a power-up band, but you will be able to collect coins with a power-up band. Oh, I also wanted to point out that we got the brick block stamp here, punch any brick block. So one thing that I've noticed is that in California, these binoculars, they're a bit sensitive. In California, I have to put my power-up band on my left hand and turn it inside out in order to get it to recognize the power-up band. So that's what I do here. I haven't tried it any other way, but I am gonna do it on the left hand here on the inside. All right, so I'm gonna look through and there are these wheels on the side where I can zoom in on things. And what I'm looking for in here is kind of like a spark or a shiny spot. But anyways, when you see that spot, you just have to zoom in on it with the wheels on the side. It's kind of neat because this is sort of like an augmented reality type deal where we can see the people inside of Super Nintendo World, but there's also like a red Yoshi up there and like a Hammer Bro up there and a question mark block flying around. So I haven't gotten anything to show up here as far as my power-up band. Let's try the bigger one. There it is. So this is the Pikmin's. Also should be noted that next to the binoculars over here is an elevator that'll lead you down to the first floor of Super Nintendo World. So this is the elevator that'll take you downstairs. There are stairs throughout the land, but that is how you get to the elevator over here off to the right. I also want to point out the star details around the lamppost. And now we are going to head off to the left. So we came through this door. Princess Peach meet and greet was here, and we are going to go to the left and start doing the power-up band activities over there. And you can see because we used the binoculars, we got the pick out Pikmin, zoom in on the Pikmin on Mount Beanpole, and then we've got Land Ahoy, spot Super Mario Land through the binoculars. That's just looking through the binoculars. Like I said, there are 2 other sets of binoculars. You have to go find Rosalina, and then after you defeat Bowser Jr. in the Shadow Showdown, use the binoculars to find the hidden key with the binoculars. So that's where we're at right now. We've got 6 stamps. So it is already pretty crowded in here, but you can see we've got a question mark block over here. We've got the slot machine over here, and then we've got the Goomba game over here. And the Goomba game is called Goomba Crazy Crank. So we're gonna play that in just a minute. Let's get this question mark block here. So there is another stamp that you can get by hitting all of the blocks in Super Nintendo World. And then we'll wait in line to try our hand at the slot machine. All right, so we're headed up to the slot machine, and I think this is all about timing. So you kind of pick which one you want first. Say you want Fire Flower. And I think that if you hit the last one on Fire Flower, it'll give you all of them. So let's see here. So the leaf is right before Fire Flower. So if I do, yeah, it gives me all of them. And then I get the Fire Flower. Look at that. I'm gonna try that one again because it didn't give me the thing for getting the Fire Flower match. There it is. So we're gonna try it again. I think maybe I gotta hit all 4 of them. Also wanted to point out that to the right of this is another question mark block that we can hit. As well as some blocks that you have to break. So I just did this and we didn't get the stamp for getting the power up because we did it out of order. We didn't do them one at a time. We did the last one and it gave us all of them. So let's see if I can get a Yoshi egg. Gotta hit it on Fire Flower. Oh, I hit Fire Flower. That one just, let's try one more time. Still gives us some coins, but not bad. All right, here we go. Let's try one more time. All right, let's try to get this leaf. Leaf. I don't know what to do here. I don't know why it gave me that, but it gave me a glitch. But we still got something, so that's good. Oh, I've only played it 3 times, but it says that I played it 7 times, which is nice, but I still haven't gotten one of the things yet. So I might try one more time. During the previews, it is easy to get some fun stamps like this one, a top 1,000 score on the daily leaderboard. I've only been here for a few minutes and I've already gotten that. So we did it, everybody. I still haven't gotten any of my stamps from the slot machine. We're gonna move on. So next to the slot machine is Goomba Crazy Crank. So as you can see, there is a key up above where the Goomba comes out, and there's another key over here by this Koopa. So the idea is you have to collect 3 of these keys in order to do the Bowser Jr. Showdown. All right, so the first thing you have to do when you walk up, tap your band. It'll go green, telling you the game has started. And then you have to really crank this guy down to try to keep the Goomba from coming over top of the hill. We did it.
Good job.
Thank you. And then make sure you tap your band again to get your key. Thank you. So another thing you should note is if you're playing any of these games and you play them a second time after winning, you'll hear Bowser Jr.'s laugh. That means that you're in hard mode. And you can see because we played, we got the Goomba Crazy Crank thing, and because we won, oh, there was Bowser Jr.'s laugh. You get the Goomba Crank Crazy key. And then directly to the right of the Goomba Crank Crazy is the Koopa Power Punch, with specifically POW. So normally this Koopa up here is walking around and you have to hit this POW block in the correct timing in order to launch this turtle shell up to hit that POW block. So as with the other challenges, you just have to tap your power-up band. Then it'll give you the timing for it, and then it basically, right when it's about to go into the pipe, boom, there it is. And scan again. And you can see because we've done that, we got the Koopa Troopa Power Punch stamp, as well as the Get the Koopa Troopa Power Punch stamp. Now we're gonna kind of go a little bit in a different direction, because from the Koopa Troopa Power Punch, we're going to turn in this direction and we're gonna go over here to this key challenge. And this is called Piranha Plant Nap Mishap Key Challenge. This one's the hardest to do by yourself, so hopefully they'll let me do it with some other people. But basically all you have to do is run around and hit the alarm clocks that are flashing so that you do not wake up the Piranha Plant more than he already is. With this one, you come up, you scan your band first, and that'll set off all these alarm clocks and it'll wake up the Piranha Plant. And so now we have to go around and hit all of the flashing alarm clocks to try to turn them off. As they're flashing, you gotta try to hit as many as you can so that he can fall back asleep. And this is a lot easier with more than one person, but thankfully, nice team members out here helping me out. I'm trying. We did it, all right. And then you scan it again to get your key. So now that we've done 3 challenges and we've gotten 3 keys, we can go and battle Bowser Jr. if we want to. There's one more challenge that we've got to do through that door over there. And that's one of my favorite ones. It's the Ba-Bomb challenge. So let's go do it. I did also want to point out that there are some nice toadstools or mushrooms here that you can hang out underneath, catch some shade. But we're headed down this hallway over here. There are a few question mark blocks along the way that we'll hit. Just wanted to point out the Fire Flower, as well as the Iceland up here has the trees that are from Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I did also want to point out that I see a lot of people trying to hit their band up there. You don't have to, you can hit it with your fist and you will still get the coins. And so like I said, we're gonna head through this door. Some more blocks in here. There's another little mini game before we get to the Ba-Bomb challenge, which is through that door. For this wall, you will get a power up when you hit this. But in this case, it is the Fire Flower. So you touch the Fire Flower, and then you have to hit as many of these as possible. And it is accessible because you can throw fireballs, so you don't really have to move as much. So you don't have to be tall to be able to reach the ones up high. You can just kind of throw your hands around. So I came back out to the doorway here because we almost missed something. If you see one of these Mario symbols on the wall, tap it, because that is another stamp that you can get where you'll find all the 8-bit characters. A spot that I feel like most people won't go down because they'll stop here and then turn around and go back. But if you turn the corner and follow the blocks around, you'll find another Mario symbol on the wall here. To hit that, and you'll find the 8-bit Goomba. And then as we continue around, some more blocks to hit, right? Another 8-bit spot to find, Princess Peach. And then we start to see the Ba-Bombs. You gotta watch out. He's about to explode. So is he. Oh my goodness, look out. As we turn the corner, oh no, a bomb came. Oh no, another one came. Oh no, we shrunk. You can see the blocks got bigger. And now we're tiny. We're little tiny Marios. Look at us, and then we come into this room and everything is bigger, including the M on the wall right here, where we can find another 8-bit character up on the wall, real big. It's Luigi. And then you'll see another question mark block here is really big, and there is a spot underneath that you can hit, but there's also one on the wall if you can't reach up to the one up here. But you'll still be able to get coins, even small. And then we come across the next key challenge. So because we hit that block while we were small, we got Tiny Fists. That's the stamp that we got. But then also, because we've been collecting, I got the fire power up and the star power up by playing that game. But because we've been collecting the 8-bit characters, you can see these are the stamps that we're getting. 8-bit Mario, 8-bit Goomba, 8-bit Luigi down here, and then 8-bit Peach. And once we found all of the 8-bit characters, you'll get this 8-bit flagpole as well. It's another one that's hard to do by myself. I blew the key pieces all around, so now I have to go around and find them all and bring them back to the main piece. And then once I have them all, I have to try to put them in order, but it blew up again, so now I have to go try to find them again. And then I have to start putting it together. Where are you? Right here. And we did it. And then make sure you tap your band again to get your key. Whew. And then as we're on our way out, you gotta make sure and stop by and get your mushroom here to grow up. And you can see the blocks are shrinking back down to normal size because we're back to normal size now. And as you come out of that doorway right there, make sure to check your status at the flagpole here. So let's see here. There we are, Tim Tracker 2. We're the first place team right here, ends in 27 minutes. Doing good. We're 281st for the day. We gotta pick up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers. We're 9,999 overall. We did just start today though. Where are we at? For Mario Kart, we haven't even played yet because we have 0. Still have 0 for Bowser Jr.'s Challenge, which we're gonna do right now because it's right next to us here. Just to give you guys an idea of where we are, that is where we entered into the Ba-Bomb Kaboom room and we came out over here. And so now it's time for us to check our bands to see if we can go in and face Bowser Jr. So after we have 3 keys, we check it here at this lock and we hear 3 dings and we're in. And you can see Bowser Jr. reminiscent of him in Super Mario Sunshine. And there are some things to hit in here as well. You can see Bowser Jr.'s airship, Wendy's scepter here. All right, make sure you hit the Bowser Jr. block. There. And then you also need to find the chest and put your band on the chest. Make sure you put your band up to his chest. So then we turn the corner and we enter into the room and you can see Bowser Jr.'s got all kinds of graffiti on the wall. And then we gotta watch right here. Princess Peach will give us instructions on how to play.
You've done well to make it this far. Up ahead is your final showdown with Bowser Jr. When bob-ombs are tossed at you, use your arms to swat them away. Got it? Swat bob-ombs away. When bullet bills fly toward you, duck to dodge them. Don't forget, duck to dodge bullet bills.
If you're tall like me, you have to duck a lot.
And get a power-up. When you get a fire flower, swing your arms to throw fireballs. Yes, swing your arms to throw fireballs. Now go forth, defeat Bowser Jr., and reclaim the golden mushroom.
Yeah. That's a big balloon. Okay, here we go. There's Bowser Jr. over there. He's got the golden mushroom. And we have to swat the bombs away. Swat them away. Swat them away at Bowser Jr. too. You need to try to get points by, I gotta duck way down. I'm gonna duck way down. Okay, we're doing good. I gotta jump and hit this. got a fire flower. Now I can fire flower away. Oh no, I shrunk. I didn't. Oh, I shrunk again. Gotta get this fire flower. I got a duck. Oh, I got a mushroom. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. Gotta ba-bomb it at him. Try to hit him with the ba-bombs. All right, we're doing good. I need to get like 2 more coins. Did we beat him already? I wanted to get over 30. I got 29. That's okay. Now we gotta jump. There it is. We did it. We defeated Bowser Jr. How did we do? Yeah, I got 29. Somebody else got 39 over there. We did okay. And as we leave, my brave friends, you were spectacular. Thank you for helping us find the golden mushroom. Could not have done it without you. Signed, Peach. After we get out of the Ba-Bomb challenge and then we check our score at the flagpole, we turn a little bit to the left, and underneath this swamp is another key challenge, as well as one of our, it's very scary in here. Got some more coin blocks, as well as there's an 8-bit character in here. Where'd he go? Did he not show up? It's 8-bit Koopa Troopa. There he is. So this is Thwomp, Panel Panic. Tap your key first, and then you either need to turn it all blue or all yellow. So we're going to turn it all blue here. All right, we did it. All right. Yeah, let's try it. Let's do hard mode. All right, here we go. Hard mode. He doesn't want to give me hard mode. All right. I know. We did it. All right. And as we come out of that door right there, there is a POW block right here that we have to hit. Gives us some more coins. And then there's a few more blocks over here, and we leads us back to the entrance to the Bowser Jr. challenge. So the entrance to Bowser Jr. Showdown Challenge right there. The exit right over here leads us out right next to the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. But I want to come over here to these blocks that show off the music blocks. Not only do you have regular songs, so you just follow along to the lights here. And this sounds like the underwater theme right there. Do 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 do. Then it'll play it overall. But they do also have secret songs, and we're gonna try to get some secret songs right now. So after we got done with Bowser Jr. Showdown, we got the golden mushroom. That's our very first golden stamp on the home screen here. So I'm gonna attempt a secret song right now. This one says red. So we'll see what happens if I do this. 1, 2, 3, 2. Secret song. All right. This is the Super Mario World end credits song. Now we're gonna try to do the blue secret song. Okay, it should be noted that in order to get the secret song, you have to have the color lit up of the secret song you're trying to get. So let's see here, what color lights up next? Okay, what color is next? Blue. Okay, blue. Okay. All right, let's try Yellow Secret Song. Okay, that was the secret song for Yellow. Then that is the Super Mario 64 slider. Took me about 5 times, but we finally got the Cyan secret song, the airship song. Oh, that's exciting. So I did do it. Somehow my team won the hourly team competition. If you guys remember, our team Donkey Kong was in first place when we looked, but I also wanted to point out that we gotten all of the songs, including the last secret song. We did it, everybody. I'm proud of us. So as we're leaving the music blocks, I also wanted to point out that to the right is another set of binoculars, but it seems that these are out of order currently. Oh, it is working. I don't know why it's blocked off though. And then directly behind us is the entrance to Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. So let's head inside. I did also want to point out that to the right of Bowser's Challenge is some stroller parking. All right, now we're headed into Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. It's a 35-minute wait. This augmented reality ride simulates the action of a high-speed adventure and includes sudden and dramatic acceleration, stopping, spinning, turning, backwards motion, and jarring actions. Guests under 40 inches may not ride. Children between 40 and 48 must be accompanied by somebody 14 years or older. Also, stroller parking off to the right as soon as you walk in. Now, we're headed into Bowser's Castle. Shout out to Bowser for straight up commissioning a statue of himself in his own castle. Right on. I like these oversized doors too. Typical Bowser doors. Portrait of Bowser himself. Now we're headed in. And as we head through this hallway, we can see various trophies and awards for Mario Kart. The extended queue over there. Hey Mario, I challenge you to a race. Come to my castle and don't chicken out. Oh, there's Mario and Bowser together. And then here's all of the trophies for the different cups. Oh yeah, here's the extended queue out here with an M Mario Kart television van. And now we head in all kinds of different references to different characters and different levels from different Mario games and then different enemies. A lot of stuff. A scale model of Mario Kart. Swamps. I like this lamp.
Which may restrict certain racers from riding due to body shape and size.
Oh, a boo.
Please see a pit crew member
Not
to
a
be
boo.
directed
A
to the
boo.
nearest test seat.
Hanging out. The art of the balloon battle. It's pretty awesome, like the little boo elements that are all over this queue.
And will be separated from the rest of their party. If you have any questions, please
Yoshi's story.
pit crew member.
Moo Moo Meadows.
Thank you.
There's the different names of the different tracks too. Oh, there's the airship up there. Also, just a portrait of Princess Peach. Oh, his fireplace. Oh, there's his seat with another picture of Princess Peach. Oh, here's his strategies and his pin board. Oh, and you can see there's a hand scan for Bowser and Bowser Jr. to get into this door. And now we're where they make the Mecha Koopas and the Bob-Ombs. And we also have a few bullet bills laying around. Oh, I like this gigantic plug. It's really cool, really well themed queue. Seems to be an oil spill here, and then Bowser Jr.'s footprints leading out. And at the end of this room is where you pick up your visor, where your augmented reality will attach to inside of the car. And then there's a little bit of a pre-show in the next room that kind of tells you what to do, but we're headed into the actual pre-show over here. Ah, yes. So in this room is where we'll learn a little bit more about how to play the game and how to race our cars, as well as there's a view of Luigi, Princess Peach, Mario, Yoshi, and Toad's racing outfit. So the main thing that you should know is that when you're aiming, you need to point your head in the right direction. Also, if you see the little things telling you to steer that direction, turn that direction, you'll get coins. Use your buttons to shoot turtle shells, try to hit the bad guys, not your friends. Try to get over 100 coins and you'll be the winner, and then turn your head in the direction that you would like to have your turtle shell go. Also, your power-up band taps that Mario in the middle of the ride, and that'll get you your stickers and stuff. Now we're just gonna head down the stairs and get on the ride. This ride does have a lot of stairs in it. Like, we have to go down like 4 stories to get down to where the ride is. Yeah, like that level's not even where the ride is. I also just want to mention these chains are a thematic masterpiece. Like, with how big they are, from floor to ceiling. Like, how did they do this? How did they get these in here? Who made them? Did they make them in place here? Or did they make them as 1 unit, 2 units, ship them and attach them together? I'm blown away by these things. Now you can see how the ride works here. You can see everybody wearing their augmented reality lenses in front of their helmets. And then this is the cart coming up right here. So when you get in, touch your power band to the M. We exit the ride. We exit into Mario Motors gift shop, which has every bit of merchandise that you can imagine for Mario Kart, as well as some general Mario merchandise. Did also want to mention that in here is where you can get the power-up bands. You can see they've got Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Toad, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, and Diddy Kong here. So from the Mario Motors gift shop, we turn to the right and we come to the Turbo Boost Treats, just underneath Shy Guy here. So this is where you can get the Superstar Popcorn Bucket, the Mario Kart Popcorn Bucket, souvenir refills, a popcorn cup, or they have the Super Mushroom Drink Bottle, the 1-Up Mushroom Drink Bottle, or sodas. And these are them, the Superstar Popcorn Bucket, the 2 Mushroom Sippers, and the Mario Kart Popcorn Bucket. From Turbo Boost Treats, there is another elevator here right next to it, as well as another set of binoculars. Let's see if we can get one of our other stamps from over here at this binocular set. So I wasn't able to see anything, any sort of like stamps that I could collect using these binoculars. It's just hard during the day when there's sun out. It'd be a lot easier at night to do. So I would suggest if you're trying to get that particular stamp, come back at night because you can be able to see the screen inside of the binoculars better. So now we're going to head back over towards Mario Motors, but then make a left down the stairs. And I do want to also mention that you should pay attention as you're going down the stairs to go to the first level of Super Nintendo World, because see this little doorway over here? There is an 8-bit character in this doorway over here. So as we come down, there it is. You can scan this Mario to get the 8-bit character of Bowser. And as we head downstairs, you can see there is sets of stairs that come down from Peach's Castle, the main entrance, down here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down these stairs and we're gonna head over to the stairs that lead down from Peach's Castle and start the tour of the first floor there. So this is the left staircase. If you're coming in, Peach's Castle is up above us, and you make a left down the staircase here, you end up down on the first floor. Here we've got Toadstool Cafe here, but also there's some stroller parking, and this is the exit of Toadstool Cafe. But I wanted to point out right here, there's another Mario on the wall. There's some strollers in the way. See if I can get to it. This is everybody's favorite, Toad giving the thumbs up. And so from that little doorway, turn to the right a little bit, there's Toadstool Cafe. Here's another spot for us to hit a block, get some more coins. Toadstool Cafe being the sit-down restaurant. We will be eating in here today, just not right now, because you can see there's a line to get in. It's about 1:30. I think that might be where the busiest time is. That's where everybody's trying to eat lunch. We'll try back around like 3 or something like that. And then from Toadstool Cafe, we turn to the right. This is where the elevator lets out from up top. So if you didn't have to take the stairs, that's the Mario Motors gift shop up there, and the where the Shy Guy was, and those are the binoculars we talked about right there. We came down those stairs. That's where the Bowser 8-bit spot was right there. And I'm just trying to give you guys some bearings to where we're at. And then I want to turn this way, because this right here, right in the center of the land, is where Mario and Luigi will meet. But if they're not here, be sure to stop off and hit the blocks that are here. That way you can make sure, because there is a stamp that is for those that have hit all of the question mark blocks and broken all of the blocks in the land, and in the land in one day. So from this meet and greet location, we're heading back towards those stairs that we came down from up near Mario Kart, and we're gonna get in line for Yoshi's Adventure. Well, there's also another exit over here for the elevator. There's also stroller parking over here for Yoshi's Adventure. So right now it's about 35 minutes. It is a slow moving ride, including gentle climbing, turning, and dropping. During the live show I said dropping, I didn't understand, because it definitely doesn't have any drops in it. But before we head on Yoshi Adventure, I did want to point out, hey, how's it going? that right behind the Mario and Luigi meet and greet, there are some more question mark blocks, so don't miss out on those. Also, before we head in, I did want to point out that there is a test seat over here, and it kind of shows, oh, look at this. Look at how much space there is. This is an easily accessible ride right there. Like, it barely even has to move down in order to fit on. But these are all buttons right here. So as we go through and we see the different colored eggs, you have to push them in the correct order. When you see the color, you push it, and then a golden egg will show up, and that's another stamp, is getting that golden egg. I did also want to point out that this is also for the smaller guests too. 34-inch height requirement, and children between 34 and 48 must be accompanied by a supervised companion, which is a person over 14 years of age. But if you are over 14 years of age and you're only 34 inches tall, you can still ride this ride. It's just 14 years of age or 34 inches tall. All right, we're headed in. I like this Yoshi egg on the floor. Hello. So as you're walking through the queue, you should also notice there's Toadette. She's explaining about the golden egg. But also, look, the Pikmins up here are trying to take the apple. So she's looking for help to try to find the golden egg. But also, if you find any touch points, be sure to hit them because you will be able to get points in your app for it. So there's one in the express line and one in the regular queue. And so with this block, it pays to be in line here for a little bit because when you hit it, you get different colored eggs. Like right there, I got green. If I hit it again, I got purple. If I hit it again, I got kind of a yellowy color. Hit it again, purple again. Maybe it's just going between those two. Let me see. There's red. So the idea is to get all of the colors in the line here. There's blue. Let me just check the app and see what colors I need. Boy, do we already have a lot in here. So I got the blue egg. I got the green egg. I got the pink egg. I got the red egg. I got the yellow egg. And then I also got all 6 egg colors and the purple egg. So there you go. Now all we have to do is, oh, I got the fruit inside Mount Beanpole. That was the basket. And now I just need to ride Yoshi's Adventure twice, rode Yoshi's Adventure 5 times, and get the golden egg up here. Should also mention, it claimed a 35-minute wait time outside. This is not 35 minutes. We're going straight up. And then this is showing you where all the eggs are. So keep in mind, when you see all these different things, be on the lookout for the eggs. So just like we saw downstairs, we've got the eggs in our cart here, blue, green, and red, and we need to be on the lookout for where they're at on the ride. Also, from this ride, you really do get a good view of the land, like an overview of the land. Plus, the song's a bop. Watch out for that swamp. So just across from this pokey, and just after the conch door, we're looking for our first egg, and it is green. So we have to push on the green egg. Notice these are buttons, and they'll say a little noise saying you did it. But these are buttons. You have to actually like push them fairly hard. All right, so it just told us we're looking for another egg. We can see Kamek up there has the blue egg. So blue it is. Baby Mario. Poochie. This is the drop right here that they were talking about dropping. I love Poochie, he's my favorite. Baby Peach up there. A couple of shy guys off in the distance. Now we come to where all the baby Yoshis are. We head through another warp pipe. Head back out. We come to one of my favorite views in all of Super Nintendo World. Is in this section of the Yoshi ride. All right, we're looking for another one, and we can see right there behind the pokey is a red egg. So we push the red egg, and just like that, we've gotten all 3. That means that when we see the golden egg, we will have achieved the golden egg. Also, I really like the baby Yoshis. They're super fun. Right there. Look at that shot. Into Donkey Kong Country. And all the baby Yoshis doing what baby Yoshis do. Fighting over apples, blowing bubbles. But now we're seeing Toad, and he has the golden egg. We did it, we got the golden egg back, and as we pass by him, because we found all 3, it should light up saying we did it. There it is. We did it. We got the golden egg. So now we will have had that achievement on our app. There it is. You got the golden egg. All right. Oh no, watch out for the piranha plant. Watch out for the thwomp. Mountain beanpole right here. And that's the end of the ride. There's the green Yoshi egg. So we exit just to the right of the entrance right here. So because of that, we are going to continue our way around. But before we go out of this section of the park, because you can see we kind of have some transitions here, there's one more thing that I want to show you, and that's the 1-Up Factory. And then over there is the exit of the entire land. We would head back out into Celestial Park. But I want to head over here to the 1-Up Factory because not only is this the gift shop, oh, there's some Pikmins up there too. Not only is this the biggest gift shop in all of the land where you can get everything you could ever imagine for Super Nintendo, Super Mario. You could get the shirt that I'm wearing right now. At the other entrance, over here on the wall, there is another 8-bit character. Right here, next to the Luigi merch. This is where we find 8-bit Lakitu. So you can get power-up bands in here, plushies, shirts, cups, the hats, these things that people have been wearing, bags, reversible hats, pretty much anything you can imagine you can get in here. Also, a banana peel sign. And I did also want to point out that this store draws inspiration from the Super Mario Toy Time Galaxy. All right, so let's head into Toadstool Cafe. One thing I wanted to point out is before you get too far in, there is a touch point off on the side over here where you can get some power-ups. So one thing that Jackson found out when he was here is that if you just keep hitting the big side, I don't know, he was like hitting the big side over and over again, and that got him all of the power-ups for the day. Oh, we did, we got a turn-up though, which is nice. So, but you can sit in here all day and just hit the boxes and see what you get. Let me try the big one again. Oh, it said it gave me a red. Oh, it gave me a red again. I guess there's a time limit here. Let's see. Okay, I got the big one. Yeah, so we can just sit here and earn all of the power-ups. Those are some stamps, is getting these different power-ups. And there he is, there's Chef Toad. He is the one that is going to be preparing our meals. He says, welcome to Toadstool Cafe. And then we have some pictures of all of the different food items here. I do have to tell you, the Bowser's Fireball Challenge is spicy. I think I'm gonna get the burger today. All of the power-ups that Toad has collected. Right now, it's currently mobile order only, so normally there would be cash registers here where they'd be taking your order. But because it's mobile order only, you go to your table, you sit down, you order your food, and then you scan your table number. I actually ordered all of our food right now while we're waiting in line, and then I'll just say, I'm here, prepare my order, and scan my table number when we sit down. So it'll be a little bit quicker. As we get towards the main dining room, you can see the wallpaper in here, as well as the columns, all reminiscent of Super Mario U Deluxe. This is actually my first time being in Toadstool Cafe on this coast. We went to the one in Hollywood a few times, and if it's anything like that, we have to watch out for any sort of airships coming in and any sort of bullet bills. Be on the lookout for them on these screens. It's actually really nice. We're sitting next to a screen. This is my first time sitting next to a screen. And I like that the toads are just kind of walking around out there. Where are you going? What are you off to do, little blue toady? Well, there goes Mario chasing after some Goombas. I also wanted to point out that the interior of this also draws inspiration from Super Mario 3D World, as well as the presents that you could pick out front to get power-ups. Also a reference to Super Mario 3D World. Oh, it's looking kind of dark. Skies are getting darker. That's not good. You guys should, well, they look sad. They look scared. There's some scared toadies. Look out. Airship. Bowser's airship. Shooting out bullet bills. The toads are a resilient group. After the airship leaves, they're right back to their normal routine. They're happy to be here. This is the Mario burger that I got for $18.99. This is supposed to have mushrooms on it, but I asked for it with no mushrooms. This also seems like this is the kid-sized patty. It's really small, but it is an all-beef patty with bacon, mushrooms, lettuce, tomato, and American cheese served on a brioche bun with a side of truffle fries. These just seem like regular French fries. I'm gonna try one right now. Oh, they do have a truffle oil on them. So yeah, those are truffle fries. But like I said, I asked for this one without mushrooms. I also got the Toadstool cheesy garlic knots, mini mushroom shaped knots, brushed with garlic butter, Parmesan cheese, parsley, and a side of marinara sauce. This is the Mario Mini Burger Adventure Set. Cheeseburger, truffle french fries, corn on the cob, broccoli, and a coin cookie. And this was $12.99. I like that this comes with a little like Mario figure on the top too, as well as a Mario flag in the corn cob. This was the real hidden gem. This is Princess Peach cake, and this was $22.99. This is a yellow cake with whipped topping and raspberries, apples, sprinkles, topped with star chocolates, and a star cookie with a Princess Peach cookie, and it's for 3 to 4 people. And it says, "Dear friends, I poured my heart into this cake I baked for you. I hope you enjoy it. Yours truly, Peach." So this cake is unique to this park. They don't have this in Hollywood. So glad that we're trying it. Now that we're done with lunch, I did also want to mention that there is no bathroom inside of the restaurant. You have to exit the restaurant. It's pretty common for most theme park restaurants not to have bathrooms in them. Like Pinocchio Village House doesn't have a bathroom in it. From the One Up Factory, we are headed back in this direction. We're going to pass through these arches. This doesn't lead us to another land yet, but it is sort of like a transition area between Super Nintendo World and Donkey Kong Country. So this is the other entrance to the One Up Factory back here, as well as some Coke Freestyle machines, some merchandise kiosks, as well as Yoshi's Snack Island. Let's go inside and get some stuff here. So we just mobile order this, and then we'll pick it up here. So over at Yoshi's Snack Island, we picked up 2 of the things that they have. Currently they have this red calzone. It sort of looks like an apple that Yoshi, you can see it looks like Yoshi's eating it there, like it's an apple. But this is a calzone with pepperoni, cheese, and sauce inside of it. And then this is the apple melon drink. It's like an apple melon smoothie. So this Yoshi smoothie was $7.49, and this red calzone is $12.99. There's also a green shell calzone. Oh, so it's supposed to look like a turtle shell. I see it now. I thought it sort of looked like an apple, but you can see the markings on it. It's a turtle shell. So this red turtle shell is $12.99. There's also a green turtle shell that's vegetarian. They didn't have it available today, but it is also $12.99. So because this is something that I've never tried before, I'm going to try this apple melon smoothie. I mean, it's kind of good. It almost has like a creamy taste to it too. Pretty melony. It tastes like cantaloupe and apples. Wow. All right, let's try this calzone now. I mean, it's kind of good. I wish it was bigger than it is because it's fairly expensive for the size it is. But like, if there's a long line at Toadstool Cafe and you just want to grab something real quick, it's a great option. As we leave Yoshi's Snack Island, there are a few more question mark blocks on either side of the walkway before we get into Donkey Kong Country. So from Yoshi's Snack Island, we've got another merchandise kiosk that has Yoshi items, as well as this shirt. I really like this shirt. I think it's awesome. It's a $50 shirt though, but lots of Super Nintendo World merch. Did also want to point out that before we go into Donkey Kong Country, this is the only bathroom that I've seen so far, is right here. Should be noted that back in the bathroom area, there's a family restroom, as well as water fountains and water bottle fillers. And then from the bathrooms, we turn slightly, and now we're headed into Donkey Kong Country. So there is an entire section of the Universal Orlando Play app that relates to Donkey Kong Country. So you can see we've got lots of stickers to do still in here. So let's go inside and get them. One of my favorite reveals too in all of Epic Universe. Oh, it feels good back here, like there's not a lot of people. So we're gonna start off with, in here they're not M's for Mario, they're DKs that you need to tap on. I need to find out. I thought that, let's see here, what shows up? Oh, okay, so that's it, that's a puzzle piece. So we found our first puzzle piece. And as you're in here, pay attention to the music, because that is the rhythm that you want to use when you're playing the bongos over there. We're continuing our way over here at Funky's Flying By. Here's another puzzle piece right here. So we've gotten there now 2 puzzle pieces, and Funky's Flying By is where you can get all of your Donkey Kong merch. I'm gonna buy this shirt today for Jackson. This is awesome. Oh, I love that one. I could get it for me too. So we're continuing our way around, and I feel like this puzzle piece is probably the best hidden. It's on this crate over here. So this is puzzle piece number 3 right there. And right next to it here, this will be Donkey Kong's meet and greet. From what I've heard, he's only been out twice during previews, but this will be where he meet and greets because this is Donkey Kong's house. And from the Donkey Kong meet and greet, I am gonna kind of backtrack a little bit right now because we'll kind of go through this together. Some of the other things that you can get, not only is this the last puzzle piece right here, but you'll notice that there's an O here. Just like in the game, you have to spell out Kong, and you can see the K over there. So K, and then the O here in the middle, right there. So and then the N and the G are there on their way over to the ride. But something I wanted to point out is now that we found all 4 puzzle pieces, there's a second puzzle. And I believe that we just go back and do the same 4 puzzle pieces again. Let's go find out. All right, let's see what happens. I'm back at the first puzzle piece. Let's see what happens on my app. Nothing yet. Well, let's go scan the other ones and see. Okay, it just took a second to show up. So it is, you just scan the same puzzle pieces again. And just like that, I just rescanned all 4 of the puzzle pieces. And now I've got all of them. So now all I need to do is a lot, actually. Let's get the KONG. I got bananas. What did I get bananas for? Ah, all right, I collected a banana. Back at Donkey Kong's house, we're gonna continue our way in, and these are the bongos out here. And in order to complete these, you have to follow the beat. Here, doom, 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 All right, let's go do the small one. And if you get the rhythm correct on all 3 bongos, Rambi pops out of the box. And then from Rambi's bongo breakout, we turn, and then we come across this slot machine barrel here. So let's see what we get. You just gotta put your hand on there. Oh, I got a banana coin. All right, nice work, everybody. But there's a lot of different things that you can get on here. So you want to keep playing this over and over again to try to get all of the badges. Just some bananas. And then across from the slot machine barrel is the bubbly barrel, home of the DK Crush float with mug tropical banana flavor, banana pineapple soft serve float with pineapple soda, waffle bowl, sprinkles, toffee pieces, and caramel popcorn for $18.99. So kind of using the slot machine barrel as a starting point here. Right here on the other side is the N for Kong. Right there. And then you can see the G straight ahead of us. Right here. So now that I've gotten all of my letters for Donkey Kong, I feel like I need to go back to the slot machine barrel and unlock mirror mode, because that's how you unlock mirror mode in Donkey Kong Country. You collect all the letters. I don't know if it's any difference here, but we did it. We have all the letters. And then from the G, the last thing is Minecart Madness. So this is a roller coaster here in Donkey Kong Country. Currently a 65-minute wait. High-speed roller coaster includes sudden and dramatic acceleration, climbing, tilting, dropping, and jarring action. Height requirement, guests under 40 inches may not ride. Children between 40 and 48 must be accompanied by somebody 14 years or older. So Minecart Madness is a roller coaster that takes guests on a thrilling ride through the jungle, dodging obstacles and protecting the golden banana from the Tiki Tack tribe. All right, let's head into Minecart Madness. So it's a 65-minute wait. Let's test it out. Also notice Donkey Kong's handed footprints in the ground here as we're in the queue spot where we can tap our band here. I don't know what that gets us. I'm going to check in the app. Dare to reach into the monkey mouth and walk the bite of passage. We did it. Nice work, everybody. That's another stamp that we can get. So in here is one of the harder stamps to get. You see these 2 golden statues. There are touch points at the bottom of both of them. And you see it lights up a banana if you get one, but you have to get them both. Somebody has to touch one and then somebody else has to touch the other to light up the whole banana on the top. See how it turned red? You didn't do it. So you need to have either 2 people or you need to yell across to the person in line that has a power-up band and get them to tap it at the same time. Just like that. They did it. Proud of you guys. You did great, everybody. See the murals of them worshiping the golden banana We're revering the golden banana. Also, I like that this mural on the wall is just like the original Donkey Kong with Jumpman. As we get closer to the mural, look how little Pikmin, they're gonna get run over. Oh no, they died. Whenever somebody taps one side, the lights travel to the other side, and the other side makes noise saying like, hey, somebody hit me. So if I tap mine, it sends a light to the other one, and the other one makes a noise in hopes that somebody will tap it. Did somebody tap it for me? No. All right, I'll go over there. All right, here we go. I sent it over. They sent it back. We did it. Yay! All right. So now we were able to get the temple team up. This view from inside here will really give you an understanding of how the roller coaster works, because you're able to see the fake track on top and then the real track underneath. Here in the queue is Cranky Kong and Squawks the Baron.
Those good-for-nothing dumb drums have broken into the Golden Temple. Keep your feathers on, Squawks. I'm about to tell them. You see, those noisy nincompoops are after the sacred golden banana. The same golden banana that's been safe in the temple for thousands of years.
We're almost there. It's been about an hour. So, pretty dead on for the time for us to wait. You can see the conveyor belt here. You walk up on the conveyor belt, get into the car, and then it heads out. See this train car go a little bit ahead of the other one. The Pikmin stealing a banana. Are they the ones that steal the golden banana? Fun roller coaster. It is a rough roller coaster though, so be prepared. You will get jarred around quite a bit on that roller coaster. Something else to look out for while you're on it is Tiki Tong is the bad guy from Donkey Kong Country. And so look out for him. That's who Donkey Kong is defeating at the end of the ride. Some more Pikmins out there on the rock work. And also because we rode Donkey Kong Country, we got the golden banana. My time on the bongos is still not coming through. I tried it again, but it's not working today, I don't think. As we're leaving Donkey Kong Country, I wanted to point out the little Pikmin over here too. They're all over the place in Super Nintendo World. And then as we leave Donkey Kong Country, we're back into the lower level of Super Nintendo World. And now all we need to do is make our way out back into Celestial Park. The good news is you start on the second level, then you come down to the first level, and you exit to the left over here. So we're passing by One-Up Factory. These stairs lead up to Princess Peach's castle. And then we just follow this exit sign right here. And we head out. And as we make our way out through this tunnel, the end credit song from Super Mario World is playing. And that leads us back into Celestial Park. And I did want to point out that if you followed along with me and you did everything that I did today, I ended up with 116 stamps and 6,515 coins. That's a good start for just one day. I think we got a lot done. Really enjoy Super Nintendo World. I do have to say though, I think that you do need a power-up band to like really fully unlock the potential of Super Nintendo World. Otherwise, you're just kind of in there, you're roaming around. You can still play the games, but like I'm a collector of these type of things, like the stamps inside of the app. Oh man, I'm like all for it. Even today, there's a few times that I was like, I kind of want to go back over there and try to get that other stamp that I didn't get. If you're a completionist like me, definitely go and get the power-up band. If not, you can still have fun in Super Nintendo World without it. I think it is a great addition if you're coming here. You should definitely, in my opinion, I think you should have one. So back out at the entrance to the Super Nintendo World, there's the portal again. We are back outside in Celestial Park, the Atlantic right there, the information booth right here, or concierge. I did also want to point out there is a walkway that'll connect you to the other side of Celestial Park right here, as well as a quick service booth right there. We did find out that this is called Comet Dogs. This will be a quick service hot dog location, and they will have 3 different hot dogs: a bulgogi dog, an al pastor dog, and a smoky carrot dog. But it is currently not quite open yet. So we are going to continue our way this way a little bit because it does pertain to Super Nintendo World. there's a gift shop right there specific to Super Nintendo World. One of my favorite fountains in all of anything that I've ever been to is this fountain right here with the spinning coins of Mario right outside of the gift shop. And before we go into the gift shop, I wanted to show you guys a little Easter egg. So this is the exit to Super Nintendo World. I wanted to show you a little Easter egg here at this entrance to the gift shop. A little Pikmin right there. There it is, hanging out. So let's head into the front entrance of this gift shop. So this gift shop has everything that you could ever need from Super Nintendo World. So this is a main gift shop. I did also want to point out that we do have characters from Zelda up here. Ganondorf, Zelda, and Link there, as well as the other characters from Nintendo. But yeah, who knows what that means? They're not represented anywhere other than these 3 panels right here. There's no Zelda merch, nothing, except for these 3 right here. So look for the future. Oh, look at that. It's like a family photo. That's fun. And also more constellations. Yeah, this is literally everything that you could ever need from Super Nintendo. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, just kidding. Here's some more Zelda stuff right here. Okay. Just these little tapestries right there. But I do love the like detailed stone carvings of piranha plants and things like that. Oh, also there is down on the ground here some tile work with the Triforce and Link's sword down here, or the 2 different swords. Yeah. So I think that we are probably going to get some aspect of Zelda in this park. Yeah, any bit of merch that you could ever imagine. Here it is. Another Pikmin right there. Be on the lookout for them, or 2 of them right there. Be on the lookout for them as you're making your way around Super Nintendo World. One more as we're making our way out of the gift shop right there. And then next to the Super Nintendo gift shop, some bathrooms, of course. And then we come up to a restaurant here, Pizza Moon, cosmic flavor, beer and wine. And I like how the little moon guy is licking his lips. He's got a pizza in his eye. Oh my goodness. I haven't actually been into this restaurant yet. It is magical in here. Look at this. It feels like an old-timey movie. They also have digital pictures over here, like steamy craters. We'll have to keep an eye on those and see if anything happens on them. So to the left is where you enter to place your order. Let's go up and have a look at the menu. Oh, there's like a rocket going over there. That was fun. Like little details in there. Oh yeah, look. Tim Tracker? This is awesome. So this is the bar right here where you can order your various drinks, beers and such. Do they have their, oh no, that's from Crooked Can. I thought it was their own specific beer, but here are the beers that are offered. There are also lots of Coke freestyle machines for you to use. This like whole thing that's happening right here, really amazing. I like that this rocket is actually the pizza oven. Look at that. What a fun idea. And all these characters back here making the pizza. And so this whole restaurant is mobile order. You can see online here are some of the prices and some of the pizzas that you can get. I like the names of them too. The Pizza Moon Pepperoni, there it is. Ooh, and they have a few other things that are not pizzas, like these baked pastas. And they have salads and they have desserts. Ooh, yes. So we did end up eating at Pizza Moon. We got the rocket fuel salad, and they didn't have a kids menu, so in order to order a cheese pizza, we had to order a pepperoni pizza without any pepperoni. And then for dessert, we got this Nutella brownie with some toasted marshmallows on top. I feel like Pizza Moon would be a great option for lunch because you can see there's nobody here right now, especially outside. There's very few people inside. Lots of tables everywhere for you to choose from and eat at. So from Pizza Moon, as we continue our way clockwise around Celestial Park, it does get a little bit more interwoven here, where there are a lot more paths to walk through and different areas to go of Celestial Park. But I did want to point out, this is where Constellation Carousel is, right here across from Pizza Moon and pretty much the portal to Super Nintendo World. So Constellation Carousel is a unique carousel in the fact that it doesn't just go up and down. It goes up and down, it spins. There are other turntables on top of a larger turntable that also spin. And this, story-wise, was a carousel put here by a character named Vincent Various. And he used cosmic power to power it. And you can see the different characters are constellations. Pretty neat. It's a pretty fun and unique carousel. Feels like you're really dancing to the music when you're riding it. So as we walk away from Constellation Carousel, we can see Pizza Moon right there. And then this is the Starbucks location. There's another cross path right here that can get you to the other side over near Ministry of Magic. There's a stage here where there was just a band performing. You can see some of the members of the band are coming off the stage, but this is where the band was performing. This is a little area for, I guess, dancing. Some tables and chairs out here. And then that's the sound booth straight back there. With the stage at our back, the Starbucks over there. This is Frosty Moon. You'll find some Coke Freestyle machines here. And this is an ice cream shop. So here's a look at the menu for Frosty Moon. They got cups and cones, then your choice of flavor of ice cream, and then you can add your toppings to it. And they also have some cookies as well. Ooh, a chocolate chip cookie, a vegan chocolate chip cookie. And then directly to the right of Frosty Moon is the Celestiki, a tiki bar. Here's a look around the inside. There's a cool looking tiki bar. There's no seats to sit down, but lots of places to kind of pull up and grab something to drink. There you go, the Waturi Punch. There's our tie into Volcano Bay. Waturi being the people of Volcano Bay. So, oh, they do have mocktails as well. A little bit of backtracking now, back to the Constellation Carousel and Pizza Moon right here. And then of course the Starbucks right there. So we were in there. That's where all those restaurants and different drink options were that we were showing you just 2 seconds ago. Now we're back on the exterior path around Celestial Park, headed clockwise again. They did just have a living statue out that seems to be headed backstage now. Just missed her. But the next thing that we're coming up to is the Oak and Star Tavern Barbecue Brew House. So this is a view inside of Oak and Star. And there are 2 different seating areas. There's one off to the left and one off to the right. I'm gonna have a look at the menu, but this is all mobile order right now. So you can see they do serve breakfast here, as well as lunch and dinner. And so you place your mobile order and then go and sit at your table and they'll bring them to your table. Here's a look at the drink menu as well. There is also a bar in here that has both ordering available inside and outside. From the Oak and Star Tavern, we continue our way around. And this is where you could go in and visit the exterior ordering windows for the bar. And then from Oak and Star, we come upon our next portal. And this is the entrance to Dark Universe. Very excited for this one. This is one of my favorite lands just because I love the source material. So let's head inside. So as we can see, we are entering in the portal. The very tippy top of it looks like an electrode or some sort of conductive thing that Dr. Frankenstein might use when conducting his experiments. This purple orb is the official symbol of the Dark Universe. And you can see, it's alive, the famous phrase from the 1931 film Frankenstein. As we get a little bit closer, you can also see all these skulls, vampire skulls. They got sharp teeth, trying to escape from the portal into the real world. Another thing that should be noted is that the soundtrack or the soundscape that you can hear right now was composed by Danny Elfman, famed composer Danny Elfman. He also did the Simpsons soundtrack. But as we pass through the portal, some purple cloud-like ooze coming through, as well as some lightning happening. And then we can see the same, I called it steampunk before, motif around the entrance of the portal. And this is the transition into the Dark Universe. This seems like we're heading into a very old building with some very old wood as we head into the town of Darkmoor. See, we're heading into a cemetery here. A couple of unmarked graves, or these are the backs of the tombstones. And the first thing we come to is the entrance to the Frankenstein catacombs. As we look in there, you can see danger, emerging undercroft, do not enter, by order of Dr. Henry Frankenstein, Baron of Darkmoor. And of course, Dr. Henry Frankenstein is Dr. Frankenstein from the 1931 film. And if you listen closely, I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this, but Igor is down there with the creature, the monster, Frankenstein's monster, retrieving body parts, or they're on some sort of mission of retrieval down there. So as you continue your way around, you'll see on the right-hand side of the cemetery, there are a couple of photo ops where you can be inside of a coffin. And then over here, there is a grave that has been busted open.
Hello, how are you? It's just, hello, white boy. These guys, see?
Hey,
These
how's
guys.
it going? Oh, he's got a leg. Do you know what happened here?
You'll have to ask the hounds about that one.
Oh, okay. Of course, right here is where you will meet Igor. He's out here just making sure that everything's okay. Looking for something with a leg here. Not sure where he's headed to or what he's doing. But he is looking. He's counting, maybe? And as we continue our way around, a lot of other gravestones in here. Igor told me to ask the hounds about this grave right here. So when we go back to Burning Blade Tavern, I'm going to ask them about it. There is also a shovel here, as well as some spears into the ground, as if they were trying to stop something from coming back out of the ground. Another thing to note here in the graveyard is this cloaked statue is in the opening scene of the 1931 Frankenstein film. As we turn a little bit further throughout the graveyard, this is a statue that is a reference to little Maria, the little girl that befriends Frankenstein's monster and ultimately gets thrown in the river and drowns. A very sad moment in the film, but she is memorialized here in the graveyard. Also wanted to point out that this does sort of look like a crossbow, and there is actually something I want to show you regarding crossbows here in just a second. As soon as we pass the Darkmoor sign that leads us through the city limits and into official Darkmoor. So the thing I wanted to point out with the crossbow is up here at the bell tower. That's what this is, the bell tower. If you hear the bell ringing, that means that monsters are about, so be sure to listen for the bell. There is a crossbow up there in this little crow's nest up here. And if you look over here, it seems that there was a bit of a battle between the hounds and a monster. So there was some monster up there on that balcony, and it was repeatedly shot at with a crossbow and then ultimately fell through the railings there and probably landed on the ground here in front of the shop. I came back out to the other side of the entrance to Darkmoor here to show you guys. There's a cage out front with a mole person in it. And the mole people, of course, were the people that lived under Darkmoor, and they're the ones that dug out the catacombs before the vampires overtook the catacombs. And you can see this is just a reminder to all the mole people that the vampires are the ones who are in charge here. So as we enter in through the gates of Darkmoor, we are going to start making our way counterclockwise around the land. So we will start over here on the right. So the first spot that we come to on the right is Das Steakhouse, which is the quick service location here. When we're looking back at the top of Das Steakhouse, I did also want to point out that the weather vane looks like the Demeter, which is the ship that brought Dracula over to the UK. And this is actually an excerpt that started off the book Dracula. And of course, we're right next to the bell tower. So look out for the bell to toll when there are monsters in the area. And you can see, if you look up at the bell, it is physically moving in there. It's a cool little kinetic moment in Dark Universe. It should also be noted that there is a moment when electricity travels throughout the entirety of Darkmoor to power Frankenstein Manor. And you can hear it pulsing and the lights going off at the manor. And then our next thing is Das Steakhouse, the quick service location here in the park. Just a quick look at the menu here at Das Steakhouse. They do have burgers and sandwiches and wings and salads. So there is a lot to have here. This is just like a typical quick service meal. Our favorite vegan familiar stuffed cabbage. So the familiars are the people that are running Das Steakhouse. They are the people who are here to help the vampires. As soon as you walk in, it is cooler, it is darker, it is spookier in here. You can see on the walls there are various weaponries here, and all of the lights here in the entryway are helmets, probably of fallen soldiers that tried to defeat the vampires. It should be noted right now it is just mobile order, but there is a very long space over here for a line. And you can see some of this section is themed to almost like a mausoleum. This also has a feeling of being underground because you can see the grates in the ceiling have some root work coming through. And this is a little bit better look at the menu. And then of course, Das Steakhouse is named not as steak the food, but as steak the item that you would use to kill a vampire. We're over at the bar right now. It's a pretty cool little setup that they have for their taps. And one of the things that is the namesake of Das Steakhouse, of course, the steaks. They have fish on a steak, bird on a steak. So the fish on a steak is salmon. These are basically skewers, bird on a steak, which is chicken, and then bits and pieces, which is wild mushroom and brisket meatloaf on a steak. Or not on a steak. It says it's on a steak. I'm gonna order this. As we sit down to order lunch, I did want to point out that there are a couple of items here for the kids. I'm not gonna bring my kids into Dark Universe anytime soon. I think they're a little bit sensitive for this area, but if your kids are totally comfortable with it, there are chicken tender skewers as well as a meatloaf skewer. I do also want to mount a complaint that when we were staying at Helios, they told us that that was the only place in Epic Universe that you could order chicken tenders. So far, this is the second restaurant that we've done in these detailed tours where we found chicken tenders inside of the park. So, sorry about that little bit of misinformation. I'll try to do better. So the first thing that we got was Das Burger. This was $17.99. Seared Angus burger with tomato pepper chutney, white cheddar cheese, grilled onions, hot cherry peppers, bacon on a black bun with fries. There's also a Latin phrase on the little steaks that are holding the burger together. It says, "At our discretion alone." This is the Bits and Pieces for $19.99. Seared and glazed wild mushroom brisket meatloaf with charred green onion mashed potatoes, roasted baby carrots, acorn squash, and crispy matake mushrooms. The last thing that we got was the Red Velvet Death for $6.99. This is a red velvet heart beet coffin cake with beet in quotes, as it is the vegetable beet, with chocolate crumbs and puffed rice maggots. This burger is pretty tasty. It's got a little bit of a spice to it, a little bit of a kick to it. And because it has very finely chopped onions, it almost tastes like you get like hints of Big Mac flavor in there. But I mean, I would eat this again. Bacon, a little bit of a spice, some cheese. It's not a bad burger. This Bits and Pieces was pretty good too. Whoa, it's all red now. But I like it. It's like a tangy, almost like a ketchup-based glaze on it. Very, very good. Like almost like a steak sauce. There's a fantastic flavor to it. Nice and juicy and moist. What do you say when it's like not chewy? It was cooked really well. You know how you can overcook a meatloaf and then it's dry? This was not overcooked. And that's interesting because it was grilled. So as we said, the familiars are the ones that are running Das Steakhouse, and they are under the vampire's control. And this one is their favorite one right here. And he has been lovingly named Greg. As we turn the corner into the main dining room, there is a portrait here. This is one of the creepiest portraits I've ever seen. It looks like the lighting on it is so amazing. It almost looks like the light is coming from here, but I think that it's just the way that it's painted. Oh no, there is light on it. But it really does accentuate the way that the painting is painted as well. And as we continue our way around, you can see that this is more mausoleum-themed stuff. There are stakes on the chandeliers, as well as skulls with some red candles on the top of them. The stakes making up the chandelier is really like peak theming for me. There are freestyle machines in here, and there's an exclusive Screaming Berry flavor inside of Das Steakhouse. Try Screaming Berry. Doesn't say what it is, but they do have Screaming Berry and Screaming Berry Zero. Also inside Das Steakhouse is a portrait of Mina Harker, a central character in the Dracula novel. In order for me to explain her backstory, I'd have to explain the entire Dracula novel to you. So if you'd like to, you could read Bram Stoker's Dracula, and that would give you the story of Mina Harker. A few other details of the chandeliers. This one has bats that are carrying around what look like vessels of blood almost. There are various portraits and paintings throughout the restaurant, and if you look closely, there are little hidden details of the portraits. Like take for instance this hidden figure over here. You can see the eyes glowing. Could be one of Dracula's brides. There's also the lights turn red in here occasionally. But there are various vampires who have met their demise, and I feel like this could be a little bit spooky for some younger kids. There's also a few coffins that are coming out of the walls here. Especially some of these other vampires over here, like this guy. He was definitely hard to kill. Look at him. He's got lots of stakes in him. Whoever had this one down here really missed the mark. Also should be noted that some of the artwork inside of Das Steakhouse portrays some of the historical moments from Darkmoor. And this, also, if you look at, you can see these are the helmets that are lining the front entrance of Das Steakhouse, creating the lights and all the different weapons here that these particular people used in order to try to fight the vampires. You can tell the vampires were successful because all of these helmets are hanging inside of Das Steakhouse as well as their weapons, and the vampires are still here. Another historic event that happened in Darkmoor. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It seems like these people are stealing bodies. This almost looks like Frankenstein's monster, but you can see the bats flying around. This last painting is a little bit hard to see as the lights change, or different aspects of it show up. This seems to be portraying almost like a sacrifice of a lot of different people to the vampires here. But be sure, if you're looking at the artwork inside of Das Steakhouse, pay attention as the light changes, because the paintings will also change. Now that we're done, one last spooky vampire, a little girl with a little teddy bear. This one truly terrifies me. Her eyes all glassed over like that. How gaunt she is. She's like losing her hair. And the fact that they have her locked in here, truly frightening. And then we exited the side door, and this is the outdoor seating area I've looked up a few of these names, and they could just be like anagrams for the people that worked on the project. I couldn't find any like actual historical or vampire names that match any of these. I also wanted to point out that this vampire also a mole person. So an interesting correlation between the mole people and the vampires. These skeletons up here seem to be just some people that fought in the war. Also one red skull up there. Because you can see this one has an arrow through its chest. This one seems to have a stake through it, but it could also be a spear. And you can see next to it is that helmet. And then we've got a few other vampires over here. Some real cartoony looking vampires too. Like this guy looks like he's doing Shakespeare. This guy wearing a leather jacket for some reason. And then this guy, just super strange looking. Sort of like half bat, half guy. Also, his last two fingers are fused together on this hand. Just some interesting aspects to them. So before we get too far away from Das Steakhouse, I did want to mention the well here in the middle of town. And if you're lucky enough to be here when the storyteller is out playing the violin and telling the stories, she'll tell you the story of this well. And this well serves as a way to sacrifice humans on these spikes and let their blood drain down to those that are living in the catacombs beneath Darkmoor. And if you look, there is some Latin on the outside of the well. And this says, "I will never forget that you exist only by our will." So that's just a kind of a warning to those living in Darkmoor that the people that are really in charge are the vampires. From Das Steakhouse, we continue counterclockwise. We can see over here the Invisible Man right there. This is his meet and greet location. I do feel like you have to know some of the classic monster movies a little bit to know where the meet and greet locations are. So the Lion's Head Pub, in reference to the Lion's Head Pub, at the beginning of the Invisible Man. Right next to the Invisible Man, you've got Dr. Jekyll Apotheker, but also it's crossed out and says Hyde. You can see the sign is kind of broken. And if you listen carefully, you'll be able to hear Dr. Jekyll transforming into Mr. Hyde and a conversation between them.
My experience under the formula's grip is something, a nightmare where I was quite outside myself with another thing staring back at me. Something more, if I could find a name for it. Helen seemed hardly human. Do I attempt it again? Yes, of course I do.
Stay away from me or I'll rip you apart. How dare you force me to disappear? I'm twice the man you are, aren't I? Last night was a treat, wasn't it?
You must not show yourself during the day, or in the company of my friends.
Why do you shut up that voice and speak in hushed tones? I go where I please and I do what I want.
You should also pay attention to all the stuff they say from underneath the window, because they'll tell you to go to the Burning Blade Tavern and tell them that Dr. Jekyll sent you, and they will give you a secret menu drink that it comes in a test tube, and you can either order between Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. This is not currently happening right now because we are still in previews, but as soon as it's available, we'll go back there and show you guys what it's all about. I do also want to mention that the Dr. Jekyll Apotheker is just a facade. There's nothing in there, just a little bit of a set piece. Then to the left of that, we've got stroller parking for Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment. And this is inside of the Frankenstein Manor, home of Victoria Frankenstein, the great-great-granddaughter of Dr. Henry Frankenstein. Did also want to point out, anytime that you see a stroller parking sign in any of the worlds, be sure to check it out, have a look at it, because they've got some really neat details to them. So as we walk up to Frankenstein Manor, I did also want to point out that there is a gift shop at the exit of the ride. You don't need to ride the ride to go into the gift shop. There's a little pathway down here on the right that leads you down to the entrance of the gift shop. We'll show you more of the gift shop when we get off of the ride. But I wanted to give you guys a look at the outside of Victoria Frankenstein's manor. And you can see there are a lot of rooms where there's some electricity pulsing and a lot of wires and things connected to various sections of the manor. And these are here in order to power Victoria's experiment. Currently the wait time for Monsters Unchained, 50 minutes. This ride simulates dramatic aerobatics. The ride vehicle will suddenly accelerate, stop, turn, spin, climb, and drop. A lot of conditions that you should not ride. Guests under 48 inches may not ride. And then there are lockers available for you to stow any of the equipment that you have, they do recommend that you put it in a locker just to be safe. They do have test seats available out front so that you can test and see that you can fit. Right now you can see there is the red light, and I'll bring down the harness so that you can kind of get an idea of the size. Right there, it just turned green. I'll also sit in it and so you guys can see how I fit into it. As far as being somebody who is 6'2", 220 pounds. So let's see here. Right there, it turned green. So you can see there is a little bit of space over top of my thighs here and down in front of me. So it doesn't quite hold you at your waist. It does hold you down here on your legs. So that's where the majority of the space is taken up, is your legs. Right there. So yeah, just as like, I know it's hard to gauge how I fit versus how you would fit, but this hopefully will give you a little bit of an example. So let's head inside Frankenstein Manor to ride Monsters Unchained. Oh no, I just heard Igor say that it was delayed, so hopefully we'll be able to get on it. I do like that this is the medical, I don't know what that thing's called, but it is got a skull on the top and like a scary skeleton on the top. As we enter in the line, lots and lots of like technology, which is interesting. As well as some notes from Victoria passing through the library. Oh no, who's the true monster? I also like that the lights in here are the glass insulators from electrical lines. Now we are inside of the fireplace room. We've got lots of high voltage components, fun for science, human organs for transport. There's Victoria's family tree. I also really like the ceiling portrait up here. Also the portrait over top of the fireplace. The original Dr. Henry and Elizabeth from the 1931 film. Burning the newspaper here, Shadows over Darkmoor. There's a whole stack of newspapers. She didn't want Darkmoor to find out about something. Castle activity renews fears of Frankenstein's troubled history. This, I think, is one of the coolest aspects of the queue. And this is Henry Frankenstein's monster that she has preserved, and showing off what Henry did to make the monster. And then the rest of it's all kinds of different anatomy posters and ways to make the monster come to life. Full muscular system here that she has dissected to show off the bones inside. The tile, of course, all broken from electricity or maybe a lightning strike. And then the statues in the vestibule here, very reminiscent of Frankenstein's monster, as well as this spooky portrait going up, leading up to Dr. Henry here at the top. And then across the way is Victoria over there. And this picture is reminiscent of Colin Clive, the one who played Dr. Henry in the 1931 film. And then we get to some of Victoria's efforts to try to capture some monsters. Of course, we got Hunchback up there, Phantom down here, Wolfman, mummies, Creature, the brides, and then Dracula up at the top. Very hard to see, but there is a photo of Dracula. And this is footage of them hunting for the various monsters that they have already captured. As well as some experiments that they've done with weapons that they've made in order to capture various monsters. Oh, this is the ride vehicle. And we head into here where we're starting to see some clues that she has captured Dracula, as there is a vampire bat here. And then we can see some more of the electricity going through here. Should also point out there are a lot of flashing lights in here, so if you are sensitive to flashing lights, this is definitely not the ride for you. Here she is, Victoria Frankenstein right there. Also, if Igor is the one that did the wiring in here, like, kudos to you, Igor. Good job, man. You did great. Proud of you. A lot of electricity and wires to run. Do you think he has his, like, electrician certificate? Interesting little feature here. This is the family's crest. This is the dead teach the living. And this is the pre-show room where you will learn about the ride itself, as well as some hunting items over here on the left that Victoria used to hunt a monster.
I am Igor. My job is to get you through this experiment in one piece.
Any vampire fingers in here?
This is a catacombs navigation unit.
Victoria's outfit.
Oh, you did the lab rat in your
And
little
her
lab
weapons.
rat friends. Get the right one. Use it. Igor steals. Nothing goes wrong.
Igor, you're bothering our guests. Send them in. I'm ready for them.
Yes, doctor. The doctor will see you now.
Another thing that I wanted to point out is hanging and being lit up above the spot where we're standing is the table from the original Frankenstein movie.
Together, we will finish what my great-grandfather started. They called Henry a monster. But you will see. There's nothing to fear. Show them.
At once, doctor.
Lower the lights, quickly. Now, these people are friends. He is amazing. Better than the original. He is the key to our most exciting experiment. The Dracula experiment is the last piece of the puzzle. And with your help, the world will never see the name Frankenstein the same again. Open the doors!
And then the next room is the lockers. So these are free lockers for you to use while you ride, and they do use facial recognition. Then after the lockers, we come into a room where you can see this is the casket from Dracula. We've got Christine from Phantom of the Opera. Of course, a violin. A cage for the Wolfman. And then a sarcophagus for the mummy. They got some stakes over there too for Dracula. Some paperwork here for the mummy. Also, another shout out to Igor. The size of these chains. The man has to be like a bodybuilder or something. What's going on here? How did he do this? I like this. They use these little like wooden mannequins.
Prosthetic links must be secured to prevent hazards or loss due to ride forces. Please see a lab tech for further information. Also, please help us increase lab efficiency by keeping up with the group ahead of you. The vehicle seats 4 volunteers. When instructed, quickly move to the furthest possible seat. Remain seated with your head firmly against the headrest and 4 times.
Did also want to point out that there is a child swap room right here, as well as another chest seat before you head onto the ride. So we're heading into the catacombs now, so we're starting to see some skeletons. We're headed into the load platform. So this will be the last that we will have the camera out. As we exit the ride, I wanted to show you guys the family room. Just like some nice seating areas in here. Just trash cans and things. Just a nice spot to sit with your family while somebody else rides the ride. If you're not interested in riding the ride. There's also a couple of water fountains and a water bottle filler in here. And then after the ride, we do exit into the gift shop. And I did want to point out there will be a on-ride photo for this ride. We just don't know where it is yet. And this will be the gift shop that you go to get all of your monster-themed memorabilia that you could ever ask for, including a Burning Blade Tavern wallet. Also, a sweatshirt. I don't know that I've seen the sweatshirt before. And you can also get these items that you can dress up like your favorite monster. I did also want to say that on this ride through, I was able to confirm that there are Halloween Horror Nights references on the ride. When you dive down to look at the creature from the Black Lagoon, look up. The one that I saw for sure was Chance, but I think there's Chance and Jack there, and maybe Fear. So just keep your eyes open during that section of the ride. They also have some really interesting hats in here, like this werewolf one. It's a lot harder and heavier than I thought it would be, but still cool. Also some like, not quite action figures, but figures of Dracula, monster. There's a Wolfman one down here. There's also this kind of like exaggerated cartoony looking monster. And there's a bust here that you can like take the side of his head off. Who knew that it wasn't just a flat top haircut? That's the shape of his skull. I always like the Wolfman because he just looks like a dad trying his best, doesn't he? I also have some really fun jewelry in here as well. Oh, I like those. They're like the bolts. They have these scrubs out here for Dr. Pretorius. It's a whole line of clothes for Dr. Pretorius. And there is a shop out front called Dr. Pretorius. So there's a whole line of clothing and stuff for them. And Dr. Pretorius is the doctor from The Bride of Frankenstein. So from Monsters Unchained, we are continuing our way counterclockwise around the land. And you can see right here is Curse of the Werewolf. And so there is a path that kind of goes around Curse of the Werewolf. and you can go either to the right or to the left. You can see Burning Blade off in the distance. It's a little bit closer to get to Burning Blade if you go to the right. So we are continuing our way around Victoria Frankenstein's Manor. The next space that we come to is a little snack hut here. And this little food hut over here to the left of Frankenstein Manor is DeLacy's Cottage. And the DeLacy family, of course, is the family from Frankenstein that he hides and observes and learns how to talk and how to interact with humans from. And this is where you can get beverages as well as a couple of food items. The Frank and Friends pretzel served with white cheese for $12.99, or the warm-hearted cinnamon bites, warm cinnamon sugar donut bites with cream cheese icing and streusel for $9.99. Both of these vegetarian options. One thing about the DeLacy Cottage you can see over top of the door is a cane, as the old man of the house was a blind man. There are also Coke Freestyle machines next to DeLacy's Cottage where you can also get Screamin' Berry. And there it is, my Frank and Friends pretzel. It's amazing. I love it. It kind of reminds me of a Shrexel, but I like this one better. But that was probably the worst pretzel I've ever had in my life. The Frank and Friends one. Super dry, super like tough to eat. The like mustard and the cheese were pretty good, but it was like, I feel like if you had a fresh one, it might be good, but that one was not good. And then as we turn to the left of DeLacy's Cottage, this is where we come across Burning Blade Tavern. And this is actually a windmill that will catch on fire about every 15 minutes. And if you want to, you can listen to the background music where you will hear cues as to when that will happen, when it will burst into flames. So right now there is some background music happening and the Burning Blade Tavern is getting ready to light up. But you can hear people in the bushes saying, "Let's go, get to the windmill." So just as like a little precursor, also a little hint for you to see when the blade is going to light. If you see it start to spin faster, that means that it is about to light on fire. And you can hear the background music. Oh, it didn't actually light that time. It was supposed to. There was some noise that happened. There's a small flame. See if it happens again. It is sort of on fire, but it didn't stick. And this is, of course, the windmill where the monster from Frankenstein escapes to as the villagers are chasing them, and then they light the entire windmill on fire, thus ending the monster. There are two entrances to the Burning Blade, this one right here, and then off to the side there is a walkway that'll lead you to the outdoor seating area and the food pickup area for mobile order. I like that if you look at these retention walls, you can see some skulls and some skeletons peeping out from the earth that is behind it. You can see some pitchforks that the villagers use to chase the monster in here. Of course, Monocane, one of the specialty drinks here. This is a mocktail. That is the potion that turned the Invisible Man invisible. But here are the different beers that are available. And we have had some food here in the past, and it is pretty good. I really like the charred loaded potatoes. The Hunter's garlic steak was not my favorite thing. I'll have to come back and try the Burning Blade burger and the grilled chicken. So this is also where the monster hunters hang out. So if you're lucky enough to be in here when a hunter is in here, be sure to have a conversation with them, because they'll tell you about all of the monsters and all of their hunts that they've had all throughout Darkmoor. One thing that should be noted though is this one's sort of a cross between The Thing and the mutant alien from this island, Earth, a 1955 sci-fi film. The other thing you should do is talk to the hunters in here, and they'll give you the backstory of all these different monsters that are behind the bar. There is a secret drink, and there's a couple of secret drinks in here, but one of them is called the Crossbow, which is a mixture between Darkmoor mead and Strongbow cider. There are some paintings in here. There was like a reflection in my lens of the smoke happening behind me. Does this have some glass on top? I don't know what that was, but it looked like a reflection of the smoke because they were making this drink back here. Yeah, this looks like a monster coming in and they're trying to burn it. A couple of monsters. There's just a painting in here of a town ablaze. There's a whole town on fire. Almost looks like there's a really large monster right there. Wow, that's really fun, like a little hidden, kind of large spider-like creature. Just exited out of the side door. I wanted to give you guys an overview of the outdoor seating area, and also the walk-up window for the food is out here as well. The blade just lit on fire. This is an interesting vantage point from it, but it should be noted that since I've been standing here, standing close to Burning Blade Tavern, I've seen this windmill catch on fire 3 times. It should also be noted that the doors for the Burning Blade Tavern, very heavy. Right now the right door is locked. Pull really hard on the left door. If you feel like it looks closed or you have a hard time opening the door, pull really, really hard. And then as we turn to our left, we see a Mystics camp over there, and that of course is the entrance to Curse of the Werewolf. Unfortunately right now it is not running, but Curse of the Werewolf is a free spinning swingback coaster. Swingback meaning that it will launch up this hill that's kind of behind here, and then it'll go back, and it'll come this way a little bit, and then it'll launch again through a full course of the roller coaster. But don't be afraid if you do start to go up a hill and then come back down the hill again, because that is how that is exactly what's supposed to happen on the ride. So the coaster also does pass through this cottage a couple of times, and when you're going through this cottage, be sure to look up because you will see a werewolf in there. Also, keep your eyes peeled. I know this is hard because you're on a roller coaster, but keep your eyes peeled for a red puffy jacket inside of this hut here, inside of this cottage. And that is a reference to American Werewolf in London. You can see this area right here is a entrance to the backstage area, but I did want to also point out that right next to the Mystic Camp, they've got this symbol for the werewolf painted everywhere, as well as some stars representing the Mystic Camp. So unfortunately right now, Curse of the Werewolf is on a delay. This high-speed roller coaster includes sudden and dramatic acceleration, climbing, tilting, dropping, spinning, and backwards motion. So if that is not for you, don't ride this ride. Also, the height requirement is 48 inches, but guests under 40 may not ride, but children between 40 and 48 must be accompanied by a supervising companion who is over 48 inches. And a supervising companion is defined as somebody who is over 14 years of age. But a little fun fact is, if you are over 40 inches and you're over the age of 14, you can ride without a supervising companion. So that's like a little neat little tidbit as far as the height goes. They do have a test seat available over here. Right now it is not currently operating, but this is the test seat so that you can come over and so that you can check and see how you fit on the ride. And on this cart is a portrait of the actress who originally played Maliva, the Mystic. Also wanted to point out that there is express, single rider, and the regular attraction entrance. And there's a sign out front that asks, "Are you cursed? Ask Maliva." There she is. She is the wolf seer for the Guild of Mystics. She'll let you know if you've been cursed by the werewolf. So as you see, this is the Carpathian Carriage Company. Even one who is pure of heart may become a wolf. When the wolfsbane blooms. As you can see, we are headed into a mystic's camp. And the moon is full and bright. We have another warning sign. I'm really interested to see this area in a heavy rain. And you can see, because we're here for the carriage company, these walls were made up of various carriages. You see the mystics on the wall, a mystic table here, doing tarot readings. And then if we turn and we look, you can see a werewolf right there painted on this wall. There's also another test seat over here in the express line. Also, if you look up, you can see there's a full moon out right now. So if you are cursed, you will be turning into a werewolf. And then directly across from Curse of the Werewolf is the Guild of Mystics, and this is a gift shop where you can get all kinds of mystics and werewolf merch. You too could dress like a werewolf, have werewolf ears, and have werewolf shorts, and a werewolf head. I like the little kid shirts too. There is a service animal relief spot over here to the right, which if we look back, this is Curse of the Werewolf and the Guild of the Mystics. And this is also another spot where you will see Igor roaming around back here because he is out here trying to find, oh, look at this, different specimens for Victoria Frankenstein. As we come out of the area, so Curse of the Werewolf is kind of the centerpiece of this circular area right here. You can see this is Frankenstein Manor, or Monsters Unchained, and we made our way around this area here. Now we're back in the main area, and I wanted to point out that over here is the bathrooms. These are the best bathrooms in the park. The toileting right here. as well as the entrance to the meet and greet for Frankenstein's monster and Bride of Frankenstein. And over here near the toilet, you'll see a sign here that says Monstereffen, and that means monster meeting. So this is the entrance to the line to meet Frankenstein's monster and bride. As a fun fact, we're in line to meet the bride and the Frankenstein's monster, and there is a justice of the peace here for marriage certificates, death certificates, and civil complaints. Hello. How are you guys? Hello. Are you doing okay?
We are.
Yeah?
Good.
Oh.
Yes.
That's good, that's good. Even though there's pitchforks right behind you guys. Seems like bad placement for pitchforks, right?
Yes.
Farm, yeah.
They are only bad if bad people are holding them.
Monsters!
Yes.
That's what the bell means?
The hounds are meeting.
Oh, okay.
They hunt those they do not understand.
Yeah, I don't trust those
If
guys.
they hold pitchforks, it would be bad.
Yeah. Dangerous. Okay. Is it okay if we take a photo together?
Yes.
I'm gonna do a selfie here. Sorry. Just a selfie. Trapped? Not trapped. You're still here. This is just like a portrait. Just a moving portrait of you guys.
Like a mirror.
Like a mirror. Mirror. And then from the Monster Greet, we're headed over to where the storyteller violinist meets. And if you look up, you can see this is the Darkmoor Organ Master. And that, ooh, she's howling. Ooh.
Tell you the tale.
And this is a reference to the mayor of the town that, she's telling me the tale of the Wolfman.
He sleeps by night, may become a wolf when the wolf's bane broods, and the moon is full and bright. Well, they say everything strange becomes normal over time, and what is normal becomes strange. Now Talbot was normal once, before he came here to Darkmoor, all the way from America. On his very first day, visited Conliff's antique shop, where he was captivated by a lovely young shopkeeper named Gwen. Gwen showed Talbot a beautiful cane with a silver handle in the shape of a wolf's head. It looks like this. Now Talbot bought the cane because he wanted to impress Gwen, and he begged her to go for a stroll with him that evening. Now Gwen said, oh, she couldn't possibly go for a stroll alone with him. That wouldn't be acceptable. And so Gwen's friend Jenny came along. Talbot, Gwen, and Jenny wandered off into the moonlit woods, and the moon was bright that night. From the heart of the forest, they heard a haunting melody. Did they follow the music? Yeah. They did. And they found a lonely wagon camp where they met a palm reader who offered to read their fortunes. Now, Talbot insisted Jenny sit with the fortune teller first, so that he might walk alone with his shopkeeper. Now, as Talbot and Gwen wandered alone into the forest, the mystic gazed at Jenny's open palm. The mark of the wolf, he cried, run from here and never come back. Jenny ran to find her friends, but she was lost. Suddenly, from the heart of the forest, Talbot and Gwen heard a scream. Talbot and Gwen ran to find a wild wolf attacking Jenny. Then the wolf lunged at Talbot and sank its fangs into Talbot's chest. Talbot struck the beast with his cane. Again. Mortally wounded, the beast fell to the ground as Talbot and Gwen made their escape. The next morning, 2 dead bodies were found, but neither was a wolf. One was Jenny. Sorry, Jenny. And the other was the fortune teller, who had been struck on the head by a cane. Talbot's cane. Now the people from the camp turned to him suspiciously. It wasn't me, cried Talbot. It was a wolf, he said. He bit me too, here in the chest. Talbot tore open his shirt to show them, but there was nothing there. No wound, no scar. Suddenly, an old woman approached. It was not a wolf. It was a werewolf that bit you, and werewolves can only be killed with silver, like the silver of your cave. The beast that you killed last night, this was my son. Now, you too will turn into the wolf. When the moon is full, you will become the beast and you will kill. And you will know your victim when you see the sign of the beast. Talbot ran off terrified. He had been transformed that night, and he would transform again whenever the moon was full. Repeat, even one who is pure of heart,
Even one who is pure of heart,
and soundly sleeps by night, may become a wolf when the wolfsbane blooms,
may become a wolf when the wolfsbane blooms,
and the moon is full and bright.
and the moon is full and bright.
Beware the moon.
So, to the left of the monster greet, or the monster meat, is the Burgomaster. So this is a reference to the mayor from the 1931 Frankenstein movie. Another fun fact about this area, so if you look down here, 428, this is the cornerstone of Darkmoor, or this would be the first block that was laid at Darkmoor. And this is the year that Darkmoor was founded, 428, but also 428 is the birthday of Carl Laemmle Jr. Carl Laemmle Jr. is the son of Carl Laemmle, who is the founder of Universal Pictures. Carl Laemmle Sr. produced Phantom of the Opera, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But then, when Carl Laemmle Jr. took over and was the head of production for Universal Studios from 1928 through 1936, he produced films like Dracula, The Mummy, Invisible Man, Frankenstein, and Bride of Frankenstein. And then speaking of the Bride of Frankenstein, from the Burgomaster, we turn to the left, and we come to Dr. Pretorius' Scientific Oddities, purveyors of antiques and other weaknesses. Dr. Pretorius is the doctor from the Bride of Frankenstein movie. Another little fun fact about the Dr. Pretorius sign here, if you look on the bottom, looks like Bride of Frankenstein's hair. And in here you will find every type of merchandise you can imagine for the Dark Universe and for Universal Classic Monsters. And another little fun fact about this area is that there's a shelf over here with a beating heart. There you can see the heartbeat right there on this little meter. But then there's these little specimens here. And you can see specimen grows lighter outside of containment. But this one also says specimen escaped. So we have to look around the store for these specimens. And we can see one of them right there. Let's see if we can find the other one. There it is up there. And they've got some skulls over top of the cash wrap here. That is the original Frankenstein monster right here. And then the new Frankenstein monster over here, as well as a little statue of a dog right there. And that is Dr. Pretorius' dog. And there he is, the man himself, Dr. Pretorius, over top of the coffin. Also in here, a jar of rats. Could be a reference to the rat lady from Halloween Horror Nights. Could be a reference to the tribute stores. When we were out at the last tribute store for Mardi Gras, there were definitely a lot of rats in there. And then as we turn from Dr. Pretorius's, is the Darkmoor Tattoo Parlor, which is right next to the Monster Makeup Experience.
It is a 20 to 30 minute long experiment, and it starts at $45. Or we do have a whole transformation option, cosplay set to turn into a creature of the Black Lagoon, or even maybe one of our Vampire Coven members. And that starts at $170, depending on your monster embodiment.
So you said 20 to 30 minutes, and then for just the face paint, it was how much?
$45.
Starting at $45.
Yes.
And then you can do a full transformation to turn into a monster, and that starts at $170.
For adults, we're going to have our $170 options, or we do have our youth options, which come with little onesies. If you have been inside of our location over here, you might have seen some of them on the walls.
Yeah. So after talking to the team member, you guys may have heard from other videos or other information sites that if you get your face painted at the makeup experience, you cannot get a drink. If you are over 21, you're not allowed to get an alcoholic beverage after you get your face painted. He just told me that it is up to the bartender's discretion right now. But in order to make it easier, they have started to think or start to kind of toss around the idea of arm makeup. So you can get your arms done in the style of a monster, and then it wouldn't be on your face. You wouldn't have to worry about not being able to get a drink at the bar anymore. So I like that idea. I like that they're constantly changing things and improving it and trying to make it so that it's better all around, a better all around experience. And here's a look inside of the monster makeup experience. Nobody is getting it done right now, but you can see they do have some creature stuff going on at the top, some prosthetics for a Frankenstein. They don't do prosthetics in here, but they just have those up there as kind of like display pieces. From the monster makeup experience, when the park opens, they are going to have these standalone photography units where you just push the button and it'll take your photo. Oh, it's doing it. I don't know what happened. But yeah, it just took my photo. I don't know what that means. So after you get your makeup done, you can come out here, scan your My Universal Photos card, and then use the automatic photo taker to take your photo with the dark, more aesthetic behind you. And then as we continue on, this is the exit to Dark Universe, and we will end up back out in Celestial Park. You can also use this as an entrance if you'd like to, but this will lead you back out to Celestial Park. So before we head out of those gates, I did also want to point out a couple of other things here in the graveyard that we first started in. This is a phrase that is in Czechoslovakian, and it means grave or tomb. This area is the town that Frankenstein took place in 1931. And there's a couple of other signs over here. Duskboro, like Night Town, and then Boo Town. I don't know what it means, but it is covered over with a piece of metal. Maybe Boo Town is no longer, but something else that I just noticed that I hadn't seen before is over here. As soon as you get into the portal, there's like a guy. He's been chained up. Oh no, he was impaled on that light post. Oh my goodness. Does not seem safe. Another villager impaled on another light post over there. Man, this is probably the scariest thing, aside from those vampires inside Das Steakhouse, that I've seen in this land. Amazing. Like, I loved it. I really enjoyed doing this tour because there's so many little hidden details throughout all of Dark Universe. I cannot wait for any expansion plans that Universal may have, because that particular world needs to be so much bigger than it is. So, opposite of the portal into Dark Universe, there is a gift shop here with just some like generalized gifts. Small hats, fans, these little bouncy balls, water bottles, coolie towels, flip-flops, little things that you might need. And then to the right of the portal into Dark Universe, there's another concierge desk, which is guest services. And then we're coming a little bit further around, and you can start to see the Helios Grand come into view. And next to Helios Grand is the Blue Dragon restaurant. It is a Pan-Asian restaurant. I do like that it is a realistic dragon with a little bit of like biomechanics added to it. You can see some gears and things like that. Make it look almost robotic. And then we headed inside for lunch. Here's a quick look around, and here's the menu. They have dim sum, small plates, appetizers, entrees, teas. There's cocktails, mocktails, sake, and then here's what we had for lunch. Smashed cucumbers. Normally these would come with peanuts, but we have somebody in our party with a peanut allergy, so we decided to go for without the peanuts.
So our main entrees have started trickling in, and we wanted to kind of show you because we did get a few new things. Oh, sorry. Sorry. All right. So Logan did join us for lunch, which was so exciting. He got the dragon fried rice, and this the dragon made this rice. I love it. It's got sausage, shrimp, and crab. And this was actually, I thought about ordering this. It looks delicious, but I actually went with what I had yesterday because I love this. The beef Xi'an noodles. Little spicy, little Szechuan. Looks just as delicious as yesterday. This is the orange chicken with the little snow peas and white rice. They did say that they make the orange chicken, the sauce here in-house, and it was one of their most popular dishes. This is the beef and broccoli. It's on the menu, says stir-fried kalbi beef, gallini, gailan, broccolini, and white rice. When we had this the other day, the broccolini was my favorite part of the dish. It's so good. The sauce is delicious. The sauce does have an oyster sauce in it. So we have somebody at the table with a scallop allergy, so they wouldn't be able to order this one because of the oyster sauce.
This is the kefir lime rice pudding. Mango, toasted sesame seeds, and sesame ice cream. We also got this same banana Napoleon that we got yesterday. This is the passion fruit moon cake with passion fruit cheesecake, dragon crust, mango, and passion fruit. They said it was dusted with real gold. And then right next to it, the Helios Grand. This is the hotel that is located inside of Epic Universe. This is one of their premier hotels, which will have views of Epic Universe. And outside of Helios, this is the Cosmic Fountain. There is a nighttime fountain show that happens at night, but this is where you could come and see it. You can see there's stadium seating all around. It can be seen from a lot of different places around here. Like you can see it from Bar Helios at the top of the Helios Grand. You could see it from like these different bars around here and different seating areas. So be on the lookout for that around nighttime here in the Cosmos Fountain. Continuing our way around, I did also want to point out there are some benches around, and these happen to have umbrellas over top of them. Nice big umbrellas too. Keeping you nice and shaded, a nice cool spot to sit and relax. And now we're gonna make some loops over here. So right here is another spot where you can get Coca-Colas and some snack items. Right now, not currently open. I did also want to point out that the Family Care Center is right back here, as well as another first aid location. So this would be where you would be able to find the nursing rooms and things like that inside of the Family Care Center. And directly to the left of that is another first aid location here towards the back of the park. On our left, we have another little gift area for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where we can get various merch for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, as well as wands and things like that. And the reason that that gift shop is here is because this is the next portal that we come to. This is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Ministry of Magic. So as we're heading in, you can see the time turner up there, because we will be doing a little bit of time traveling into 1920s Paris, France. And then the inscription is, "For in dreams we enter a world that is entirely our own," a Dumbledore quote. And then on the left side of the portal, you've got Voldemort, Ron, Hermione, and Harry. You got their wands over here. And then over here, you've got Grindelwald, Queenie Goldstein, Tina Goldstein, and Newt Scamander up at the very top right there. As well as the very, very tippy top, the Elder Wand. You can see the ground outside of the portal looks like a bunch of wands. And then as we head in, if you listen carefully, you can hear the ticking of time, because as we pass through this portal, we are traveling through time into 1920s Paris, France. And then here in the center, you can see we've got maps of Paris from the 20s, and then various posters advertising different things around the town. Fun fact about this area is right now, after we pass through the portal, we are just in normal old Paris, just like Paris, 1920s Paris. And then as we turn the corner, we transition one more time. So we come around the corner to this big reveal, and through those arches right there is where we head into the magical, the wizarding world of Paris in the 1920s. So before we head in, I did want to point out this archway right here, and this is called the Phoenix Arch. And up top, it has a Latin phrase, Sens Calus Petrate Fecit, which from everything that we've gathered, and Attractions magazine did an article online where they said they translated it, and the literal translation is "Old man rocks he did," which from the article that we found from Attractions magazine, they are inferring that this means the old man made a rock, which would then refer to Nicolas Flamel when he made the Philosopher's Stone. So as we head into actually 1920s Paris, France, you can see the transition right here in the cement. We still do have some more ads for various things that are happening around town, but there is also starting to show up some magical ads, like for Le Cirque Arcanu, which is the circus show, the Cirque show that is inside of the tent at the end of the street here. Now that we are inside of the Wizarding World, we have transitioned from regular Paris posters to wizarding posters. And then you can see there is a very large painting up here for a perfumery or a perfume distillery called Divine Magic. And their little catchphrase here translates to "free as air, charmed by Leviosa." And then we also have some of the advertisements in here are for things that are actually in the Wizarding World, like Café L'Air de Siren, which is the French cafe, which is right over there. And then if we look at the back of the Phoenix Arch, you can see why it's called the Phoenix Arch, with this very large phoenix up here. And on the left side, you'll find the Fantastic Beasts from the original Harry Potters. And then on the right side, we have some beasts from the Fantastic Beasts franchise. For example, over here, you've got a mooncalf down at the bottom, you've got some nifflers up higher, and then a rune spore just above them. And then over on this side, you've got the mandrake, you've got a centaur, and then it looks like a fooper up on top. So we are going to start on the left-hand side of Rue Cachée, which translates to the hidden road. So we are in the magical world, the Wizarding World, which is hidden from the Muggles or the No-Maj. And so that's why this is called the Hidden Street. And of course, with any Wizarding World, there are wand spots. So this one is Lumos, and you see there's a niffler inside of there right now. So let's see. Try to do this. Did I do it? Definitely made noise like I did it here. So there it goes. I I didn't see any reaction happen inside of the window, but the Niffler did start making more noise. So we did ask, and you can get 2 different reactions from this Niffler depending on which wand you have. We got this wand from here in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. That is a Generation 1 wand, and the Niffler will do something different for a Generation 2 wand. He will follow it around.
That's cool.
Ooh, so he's kind of following the tip around of the Generation 2. We have some signs here. This one is for a tapestry maker. He's a weaver. This one is for diamonds and gemstone brokers. This one down here, this guy is a security guy, and he specializes in making sure that Nifflers don't show up. So he's not doing so good over here. The Niffler's like right there. And we've got a sign on the door here. This guy is a reputable astrologer. This guy, he just makes cups. He's like, I love making cups. That's what I'm gonna do. And this person teaches non-magical cooking, which is fun because you gotta imagine most wizards would just use magic to make something. And we are right outside of Cafe L'Air de la Siren, which is the cafe of the air siren. This is one of the restaurants in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. And this is where you can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And of course, outside, this is a school of restaurants and mixology, lessons taught by Madame Bisson. And this just gives all of the different chefs and teachers that are here. Inside of the stroller parking area just outside of the restaurant, you've got more advertisements for various wizarding things, including things that are here inside of the Wizarding World. This one's for childcare from a house elf. I can't wait to try some Golden Dawn pastry cream. Yum. Ooh, the Siren Cafe was a major theater of historical events. The wizards and witches of Paris remained impartial but learned much about liberty, fraternity, and equality. At a site near here, non-magical revolutionaries held meetings for the attack on the Tuileries on June 12th and August 16th of 1792. And the Siren Cafe is named after the oldest sea people known as the Mermaid. A delegation of mermaids and sea people was persuaded to attend a 1692 summit of the International Confederation of Wizards. They helped solve the problem of concealing the existence of various magical creatures from the understanding of non-magicians. In 1811, Minister Gorgon Stump granted mermaids and sea people official status. All right, let's head inside. I think we're gonna get some lunch here too. My goodness, look at this tower of pastries. Holy cow. And then we've got some tile work mosaics of wizards. It is very beautiful in here, and I love all of the tile work everywhere. Also, I want to give a shout out to the people that came in here and tiled every place in Epic Universe, as well as the thematic painters that painted all of the different things. Like this is not real granite, it is painted, hand painted. Currently, everything is mobile order, but I did want to point out there are cash registers in here and full bar. And we'll go over some of the food and drink items, but I want to show you guys the taps before we go in. Oh, as well as the non-alcoholic taps over here. So we are sitting outside, and here's a QR so you can have a look at the menu, but it's very nice because they have outdoor seating. What do they call this? Al fresco. So here's a quick look at the menu. So I think we are going to be getting some lunch here, and they do also have the butterbeer crepe available. So we're gonna order one of those as well. So this is the steak haché à pois, seasoned chopped beef à poivre style, served with pommes frites and house green salad. So this is the bière au beurre crepe, shortbread cookie butter Bavarian cream with butterbeer cream, strawberries, butterbeer drizzle, and a shortbread cookie garnish. So this translates to the butterbeer crepe. So we're all done with lunch here at Cafe L'Air de la Siren. And then as we turn to the right of the cafe, we come to Les Galeries Mirifiques, which translates to the Magnificent Galleries. And this is the Quidditch shop here. Outside of the gallery, there is a sign here that says that the Magnificent Galleries were founded in 1894, establishing the Hidden Place as a premier shopping destination. The galleries watch over and protect the magical statue of Montmartre. This bronze statue depicts a woman seated on a pedestal, and it serves as the entrance to the Hidden Place. Non-magical people will only see an ordinary statue, but when a magical individual is near, the statue comes to life, providing an entrance to the Hidden Place of Paris. The other sign outside of the shop here talks about the Meringue House, and they made the largest macaron created in 1605. amazing. And inside the store, you can see there are various Quidditch trophies up there, as well as other Quidditch memorabilia and various Harry Potter memorabilia, like this giant Niffler right here. Oh, they have the hidden place with the Phoenix Arch. And then you can see this is another hidden place backpack. Some interesting stuff. Oh, there's no way to get to the second floor because the Nifflers stole the elevator button.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh no.
No one to go up.
And so because the Niffler stole the elevator button, we can't go up to the floor where they made the world's largest Macron.
Yeah.
There's also unique clothing in here. Looks like they've got like magical beasts on there. So far, of the stores that I've been inside of the Ministry of Magic section of the Wizarding World, this store has the most interesting stuff for me in it. You can get a cool hat. And then outside of the store, we come to our next wand spot, and I can hear a little Niffler in there. There's a couple of them. There's a little brown and white one, a little black one up there, another little black and white one right there. And then we can see we have a spell down here that we have to perform. I think if you have a second generation one, coins fall out of him.
Yeah, so there are
supposed to be coins that fall out, but it's not, you can hear them falling, but it's not happening right now. This store seems to have a Niffler problem. We've got a lot of them around. And then the next thing that we come upon is the second seating area, the outside seating area from the cafe that we ate at. So it is a little bit confusing because it looks like this is the Griffin Bouvier, but it is not. This is the second seating location, outside seating location for the Siren Cafe. So if I go inside, then you can see, even though it has a different name, it is just attached to the Siren Cafe, because if I go even further in this direction, we ate out there. And then as we continue on to the right from this other seating, the alfresco seating area, we've got some other different faux shops. You can't go into these shops, it's more just theming, but this is where the kitchen for the Siren Cafe is. There's just some interesting stuff to look at too in here, like this little shoe cobbler. Like, I like that there's just a little area here that you can look into, and it looks like they just finished their day at work and they'll be back later. This one's a locksmith. So before we go a little bit further, well, I'm showing you these buildings, and something that's really interesting about these buildings is they're very tall compared to all of the other Wizarding Worlds. The tallest building in, say, Diagon Alley is still shorter than the shortest building here in the Ministry of Magic. Here's another fun little aspect of this area is that here at the lock shop, this is the smallest animatronic that Universal has made. This is the boat truckle right here. His name is Pickett. Trying to pick that lock right there. And then to the right of the lock shop, you've got the bathrooms, and these were inspired by the bathrooms that Ron, Harry, and Hermione take to get to the Ministry in the first Deathly Hallows. There's an advertisement for port keys up here, and it references the bucket. If you guys remember, they used a bucket as a port key in the Crimes of Grindelwald, and this is where you would get that port key right here. It's like almost like a travel agency. I like that these are kind of sticking out. And this is also stroller parking for the Battle for the Ministry ride. You can hear the port key sounds happening from this speaker up here. And then as we go a little bit further, there is an exchange student poster here for Hogwarts. Different places that you can travel. Go see the Sphinx. From there, we turn to another wand spot, and here is a statue of Vincent, the Duke of Trefoil Peaks. And he was a French sorcerer, nobleman, and philanthropist. He escaped the Night of Terror of 1793 through 1794 by throwing a camouflage cloth over his neck, giving the illusion that he had been beheaded. So when it says camouflage cloth, are they talking about the Cloak of Invisibility? One of the Deathly Hallows? You can see the little Grindylow pops out.
That's a big one.
It got me.
You really did.
I should have gone forward.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been better. This is the next wand spot underneath the fountain. And this is the Accio Grindilo. Now, the interesting thing about the Grindilo here in Paris is this is the first time that we're seeing them in Paris. They're native to the UK and Ireland. So, look at that. You wonder if Newt Scamander brought one here. From that statue, as we turn to the right, this is the Metro Flue that will lead us into Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. This is the ride here. This is a ride that takes place on a high-speed vehicle that will suddenly and dramatically accelerate, stop, spin, climb, and drop. The movement of the vehicles includes strong tilting and jarring action. The minimum height is 40 inches, and children between 40 and 48 inches must be accompanied by a supervising companion. So Harry Potter and the Battle for the Ministry is a ride where you travel forward here from 1927 to 1990s, where you will be experiencing the trial of Dolores Umbridge. And you will follow Ron, Harry, and Hermione, as well as Dolores Umbridge's house elf, Higglety, as they try to make sure she makes it to trial. Something I'm sure will go wrong, something does go wrong. Don't want to give too many spoilers, but it is a ride. You're on an elevator making your way to watch the trial, and your elevator does make it to places it shouldn't be and malfunctions a little bit, is taken over by Dolores. So be ready for a wild ride. The best way that I can describe it is a cross between Spider-Man and Forbidden Journey. There is a teensy-weensy drop that's like this. Just be prepared for that. I have noticed that you might get a little bit motion sickness in the first half, but once the physical sets really start to take control of the scenes, any sort of motion sickness that you had at the beginning will disappear. A lot of animatronics. One of the largest animatronics Universal has ever made is inside of this ride. So right across from the smallest animatronic of the Boat Truckle in here to one of the largest. It's a cool little fact for you. So this is the test seats available for the ride. And you can see it is just a seatbelt. There are some handles that you can use to hold on. And these holes, I did find out, are sensors, safety sensors, so make sure that you are sitting all the way back in the ride vehicle. So, and these test seats are to make sure that you are comfortable on the ride. So I am 6'2" and 220 pounds, and this is how I fit in it. This is interesting. So, Aurors are from the Ministry of Magic. These are like private eyes, basically, is what they're saying. Broom alteration control, experts in the defense against the dark arts, information gatherers in concealment and disguise. So we are headed into Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, and we will be exiting here at Tor and Flue, which is the gift shop at the end of the ride. And I'll talk about that when we get off the ride. Now we are headed to the Metro Flue, where we will travel to the UK Ministry of Magic in the 90s to attend the trial of Dolores Umbridge. So I did also want to mention, I saw some people that were just kind of going in. They don't have a virtual queue, but they think that they're going to get back in. They will be checking the virtual queue further inside of the ride. Fun fact about this ride, I've heard either 5 or 6 hours is what the extended queue will hold. So we're headed to the Metro Flue, and these numbers here, these 900 numbers, are the project numbers for Epic Universe. So this is the Metro Flue of the Hidden Road. Jen's going in to the Metro Flue. Bye. She's gone. Oh, there she is. I found you. So now we are in the British Ministry of Magic on the day that Dolores Umbridge stands trial. And this room alone, where the Metro Flue is, has 80,000 tiles in it. Fun thing that they have is all these different flues, and this one is for giant use only, and these are closed for sweeping. And the British Ministry of Magic in total has over 125,000 tiles in 5 different colors. And then of course we do have the Fountain of Magical Brethren here in the center. And this fountain is based off the one in the films rather than the one in the books. I absolutely love the scale of this and the detail of this queue. And the ride is currently delayed, and you can see we've got some Universal team members coming in to try to fix it up for us. People are still entering in the queue though. And so as we progress further in the line, we head further and further through the Ministry. We pass by some Death Eaters that have their wanted posters as we progress further and further in. Corbin Yaxley, Electo Caro, Walden McNair. Then we have lots of posters about Dolores Umbridge and public notices saying that time turners are prohibited. And this is kind of a kinetic display of what to expect on the ride. And this is also of the British Ministry. And these are the headmasters. I'd like to know who was on this poster. If you guys can leave me a comment in the description or in the comment section down below whose poster is missing. So if you remember when we were in the Flu Network, we came into green tiles. Now we are at purple tiles. Here it is, the front entrance. Dolores Umbridge right there, Senior Undersecretary to the Minister. And next we head into the Aurors locker room. Fun fact about this is they have their 3 Aurors that we know very well. We have Ron, Harry, and Neville Longbottom, and those are the 3 lockers that are open. The rest of the lockers have the initials of the creative team that worked on this ride. The Auror training schedule here. And then you can see some fallen Aurors right there. There are Frank and Alice Longbottom, Hespetus Gore, and Alistair Mad-Eye Moody. Moving pictures relating to what's happening today. Well, we're making our way into Umbridge's office. It's all getting packed up. And that leads us into Dolores Umbridge's office. And you can see this is Higglety, the house elf, as well as there's some fun moving cat photos all around, as well as cat plates. She loved cats.
It is a most exciting day indeed. Higglety has heard that her hero, Miss Hermione Granger, will be attending the trial today.
And then from Dolores Umbridge's office, we head to the stairs, back to a green colored tile. And then as we get a little bit further in, we can see some of the ride vehicle footage here, letting you know what to expect on the ride. So they are telling you to make sure you secure your wands, and you are allowed to bring any bags or anything like that onto this ride. Here is a look at the ride vehicle for Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. There is also a child swap room where they are watching Harry Potter. Yeah, lots of amenities in here too. There's benches, there's water bottle fillers, there's trash cans, there's a changing table. There's also an external defibrillator. As you exit the ride, the spot where you can buy your on-ride photos is on the right. It comes in this fun little Daily Prophet right here. And you can see there we are in the top corner. There we are. And it says Umbridge sent to Azkaban. And then we can read this whole thing. Is it legible? I think so, maybe. So you exit out of the ride back into this large atrium inside of the Ministry. And then you take the Flu Network back out to head back out. Oh, there it goes. You Flu Networked. And we're back. And so when you exit Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, you exit into Tor and Flu, which is the gift shop at the end of the ride. In here you can get Metro Flu merch, as well as the Houses merch, and Ministry of Magic and Auror merch. I really like this jean jacket, and they have various time turners in here too, as seen in the ride. And time turner purses. And you do get to see on this shirt some of the magical creatures you will come across on the ride. And we did mention one of the largest animatronics that Universal has ever made is this Arumpent. They do also have a small section of Dolores Umbridge merch. From Tor and Flu, we have some more storefronts. This seems to be the Quaffle Puncher support group, a Quidditch team. And then in here, this is the Eye Doctor. And then if you come over to the door, you can see a mooncalf in here. And the story that I heard from a team member is that this mooncalf actually needs glasses, and so they just adopted them here so that they didn't have to worry about bumping into stuff anywhere else. And then from the Eye Doctor, we do have a library and another wand spot right here. This is Revelio. Let's see if I can get it to go. Oh, okay. Something showed up right there. It says Revelio, but then you can also see there is a book here that talks about Nicolas Flamel, and the Philosopher's Stone. Oh, and it shows you how to get to the wand spot where you can see the Philosopher's Stone. Okay, so it gives me another spell to do. It says Incendio. Oh, and I turn the lights on. Okay. But there was like a timer for me to try to do it, and there's a book back there that tells me which spell to do next. So I'm assuming that this is like multiple spells that you can do at this window. Let's see if I can get another one to show up. Okay. It's giving me another one. Still Incendio. Okay. Turn the lights on. But it looks like there's a feather here that you might be able to lift up. Oh, it's moving around. Look at that. And so from the bookstore, oh, there's like a Newt Scamander, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This looks like it's a screen. Can't see anything on it right now. Oh, yeah, I can see Newt Scamander. There he is. See you later. And next to the library, there is the music shop. There's another wand spot. You can see they just set off the wand spot to let the musical instruments play. So this is Locomotor Instruments. Let's see if I can get it to go here. It's like I'm making a number 4 almost. Oh, okay, there it goes. Let's see. Am I supposed to do something? I don't know. Oh, it's happening. Let's see if I can get this guy up here to go. Oh, they're going in different orders. I don't know if I'm supposed to like make sure that I'm making all of them go. I don't know if because I'm moving my thing and more was happening or if it just happens more. Also, take a step back and have a look at some of these accordions that are in the upper windows up here. Look at how big these things are. And then directly in front of the music shop is the beer à boire, the butterbeer cart. The beer à boire. And they have their own souvenir cups.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Welcome to Paris.
And then next to the music shop is the newspaper, The Cry of the Gargoyle. And you can see there's even some spots for owls to come in right here. And then out in front of that is the tent where Cirque Arcanu is taking place. Also, right next to the newspaper, this is stroller parking for Cirque Arcanu. Cirque Arcanu is the circus. They are in town, and Ringmaster Skender is trying to find Newt Scamander's case full of magical creatures to put them into his circus. I haven't actually seen this show yet. We're hoping to see it today. Here at Cirque Arcanu, this theatrical presentation includes sudden and intense sound effects, theatrical lighting effects, and performers in close proximity to the audience. And you can see on the outside they have different posters for different magical creatures that you might see in the show. Here's a list of some of the different magical creatures that you will see in Cirque Arcanu. This is interesting here too. It almost looks like this would be a meet and greet or something, but I think it's just, this is the extended queue, and this just kind of gives you something to look at. Yeah, there's definitely a large extended queue for the Cirque Arcanu. And I'm sure that this will get filled on opening day. You know, like right now we're here for annual pass holder previews and there's not a lot of people in here at all. Look, the night snail. A hotel night snail. Look at this guy, dancing with a loved one, one night with death. An owl trapped in the what? What is it trapped in? Universal. Or anybody that has an Etsy shop, somebody please make me these. Like, make these posters. I think they would sell a lot. I also really like these lights here, talking about the Hotel of the Night Snail. There's also a little gift kiosk here called the Petite Pixie, where you can get a demiguise, or a bow truckle, or a Cornish pixie, a bendable bow truckle. I also love a mooncalf. They're just fun. Like a long neck rabbit. I also really like this owl poster. I'm gonna have to translate this, aren't I? Oh, Yeah, let's hear what kind of fun fact they have about this. This is amazing. This hotel was made famous by the famous Professor Desjardins, known for his specialization in teaching the care of magical creatures at the Beauxbatons Academy of Magic, 1840 through 1908. He stayed in this hotel for 68 years, delighting hotel guests with his collection of 27 extremely rare streelers. The hotel was renamed the Nocturnal Mollusk in his honor, or the Night Snail. Next to the Hotel of the Nocturnal Mollusk, there's a theater. This is just a facade, of course. This isn't actually a theater, but if it were a theater, you'd have comedy, book your tickets here, and music. And then next to that is the Patisserie Madagot, which the Madagot is a magical creature. It kind of looks like a cat with big eyes. But this is interesting because there's chairs and stuff out here, but this isn't an actual patisserie. It's just a facade. The Coupe de Quidditch. And these are the Madagots. This is what they look like right here. Just like a little FYI for you guys, a lot of people are coming in to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter for the 3 o'clock drop here for the Battle at the Ministry. And you don't need to be in the Wizarding World for the 3 o'clock drop. You can be anywhere within the Epic universe. You don't have to be right next to the ride. So just have your app updated and open and keep trying for the virtual queue. Also, while you're here in the Wizarding World, be sure to look out for exchange students. I did see a moon calf over there. Yeah, I saw a bow truckle over here. Yeah. The bone truckle I know is very shy. Okay. So we're very lucky to have seen one. And we know that it eats insects and lives in trees and stuff.
I have a joke.
Oh, what's that?
The bow truckle.
Okay, yes, I'd love to hear it.
Why do bow truckles make good friends?
Why?
Because they'll always stick around.
Oh, I do
never,
like.
Leave.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That joke is rooted in the fact that they are plant-like.
I like that. I like that. Have you guys seen any magical creatures?
We did hear that there were some nifflers around, which I'm very excited about.
There's some right behind me right now. I can hear them. Yeah.
I do believe these are baby nifflers, not I would really like to find, there's one that supposedly has a really interesting smell.
Ooh.
And she's got a picture of it. I forget what it's called. I believe I know what it's talking about. So remember, like I showed you.
Oh no.
Seraphina's not the best with the book, so I would just, maybe keep a safe distance away.
Ooh.
Have you seen this book?
Yes.
It's big, it's hairy, it does have a bit of a temper.
Oh no.
Sorry, I forgot to feed it breakfast this morning. He gets real sore when he's starving.
Ah.
Here it is. This is a creature we're on the search for. Yes, a Bunderman, champignon with eyes.
Okay.
Exactly. Yes, and they have eyes. You smell it before you see it. It has quite a foul stench, but its ooze can be used for an efficient cleaning solution.
Oh, well, that's good. We will let you know. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Good luck. I hope you find what you're looking for. All right, I'm on the lookout. I think my favorite thing in here is these little breads that are magical creatures. The demiguise, the Erumpent, a Niffler down here. And then, I'm sorry, I do not know the name of this magical creature. And then right next to the patisserie, we have the moving statue, which is a bronze magical statue depicting a woman sitting on a pedestal located in Paris. And it is served as the entrance to the hidden place, Place Cachet, which is the wizarding part of Paris. So in the movies, this is how you get into where we're at here, Place Cachet. So she will move for magical folks, but anybody that is a no-mage, she won't move for. Oh, an airplane in magical Paris, 1927, airplane.
Ooh, look at that.
What?
They can't
Magic.
keep it all out. Yeah.
So this is, right next door is Cosme Acajour. That is the wand shop. And we actually got to meet Cosme out front. What is happening over there?
This is where the exchange students are studying, and I believe they are doing a dueling class.
Oh,
and
okay.
some of them, I believe they are casting a water spell and it is getting out of hand.
Oh.
I hope that their professor will keep them in hand. Oh, and there is a Ventus spell happening in the kite shop window here.
Oh, I can see it, yeah. I have to thank you. You make the most beautiful wands.
You have exquisite taste. This willow wand is one of my favorite designs. Creative types like us like to spend time by the water, by the river Seine or by the ocean. The water feeds your creative spirit, and that is why she is one of my most creative designs. I'm so pleased that she has found her way to you.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And in here is where you would go to get your wands. And these are specifically wands for the Wizarding World Ministry of Magic. And they come in a unique 3-sided box over here. There she is. And these are the 3-sided boxes. And you can get the typical wands that you would find in any of the other Wizarding Worlds as well. But this set right here are the ones that are only available here at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. I'm just giving you guys a view around. Oh, I like these pixies up here with their wands on the chandelier. And the chandelier is made out of wands as well. All the different displays of different wands along the back wall, as well as the different woods that they're made out of. And then she's got some other ones upstairs too. They also have various apparel and accessories for your wands. Oh, it comes with a coin purse, and it's the same shape as the wands boxes that Cosme makes.
Wow.
Can you fit your wand box in there perfectly?
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Wow, thank you.
Little coin purse on there too.
Okay.
And on the outside of Cosme Acajour, they come to our next wand spot right here. So let's give it a try. This one is Lumos Maxima. Ooh, look at that.
That's cool.
Something else that should be noted is that Cosme loves to have her name in lights at the top of the building. There it is, sparkling Cosme Acajour. And of course, also on the outside of the wand shop, there's a description of all of the different types of wands and the materials that they're made out of. Also should be pointed out that this is at 36 Rue Furstenberg, Paris, and that means that we are on Rue Furstenberg. And then from the wand shop, we continue our way around. What do we have here? Ooh, Maison Fleur. This is the calligraphy shop and also your supply shop for Beauxbatons, which is the school, the French School of Magic. And buy quills and inkwells. Of course, this is a fake facade of a building. We were wondering if you'd seen anything suspicious happening, because we're in the same boat together. I'm here trying to make sure nothing strange is happening around.
Yes, you work for the French ministry?
No, I just, on my own, taking it upon myself. Freelance.
The restaurant, the Goblet Noir.
That's where we're headed.
You can confirm that they have this symbol here. We believe that Geralt Grindelwald is using it as a calling card or a beacon for dark wizards.
Okay.
You can confirm that it's, I cannot go as I'm too conspicuous as an actual but you can go in there and confirm it is there for me.
I will. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Okay, we gotta go. All right, we're going into Goblet Noir. All right. And then from there, we are continuing to turn around the outside of the area here. And then we've got some prams, a baby shop here. This is all gated off. There is a very large door out here that is gated off, and there is a plaque right next to it that says it is the Ministry of Magical Affairs, but not the Ministry of Magic, right? Or is that the same thing as the Ministry of Magic? Because from what I remember from the movies, this was the elevator down to the Ministry of Magic. We can go inside and take photos inside of it, but it won't elevate us down to the Ministry of Magic. So you can come in here and take photos inside of here, but it won't take you anywhere. Then we come to our next, and now we've come to our next wand spot, which is Ventus here at the kite shop. So I do a V. Ooh. There's so much wind coming out at me. That was
So
fun,
loud.
right? From the kite shop, we are continuing our way around. We have some more baggage stores. This is where you can buy luggage in different cases. And at the bag shop, we come to our next wand spot. This is a Descendo. Look at all the stuff that's happening in there right now.
Did you do that?
I don't think so, but there is a niffler in there. So let's see if we can get something to come out right now. Do I have to close them? There's like a clock ticking. Oh, am I supposed to close all of them? Is that what it is?
Oh, I think you are. Hurry up, you gotta do it quick.
I know there's a clock ticking. Come on. I've gotten all except for that last one.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. The niffler popped out. Bye. They all kind of laughed at me and opened back up. And then next to that is the exchange. And also I really like that this is like a magical map in here. Oh, and it's saying all the different magical schools, like there's Drumstrang up there. Interesting. And then next to the exchange is the tailors, and this is another wand spot. This is Renovate. This suit is repairing itself. Oh look, it's going, it's pulling it through. That's interesting. I really like the exterior of the tailor with all the different chalk lines and measurement markings. And then right next door is Bar Moonshine, where you can get butterbeer, pumpkin juice, Giga water. This is an American bar here in Paris, France. And here's a look at the menu at Bar Moonshine. It's just a bar here in the Wizarding World, an American bar. And I did get this Beau the Blue, the Alchemy tea. And we also got the Fleur 75. An American bar, Wizards home away from home. So from Bar Moonshine, Jen got the Fleur 75, London Dry Gin, Elderflower Liqueur, Brut Sparkling Wine, Lemon Juice, Simple Syrup, and a Lemon Spiral. And then I got the Beau the Blue, the Alchemy tea. This is a cooling blue refresher served with a magical tea bag that transforms into a glittering purple when mixed in. And next to Bar Moonshine, we have a very rare situation here. We're gonna do the Revelio spell and see if we can see ourselves a demiguise. Oh, there he is. Oh, look at that. Look at him. He's invisible. It's amazing that we can see him. Disappeared. And then from the demiguise, there is an entrance to the dark section of the park, which would be the quarter of Nicolas Flamel. But we are going to continue our way around the outside of these buildings. And this is the pharmacy right here. And on the other side of the pharmacy, we come to our next wand spot, another Revelio. Let's see. Oh, did all the lights light? Oh, sorry. This establishment currently has an anti-jinx in place. As such, all spells will be rendered ineffective. So we can't use our wand at this particular spot right now. So we are continuing our way around. Next thing we come is Mademoiselle Malkin's. Get some beautiful hats in here. Oh, there they are. Some different hats. Also, for robes for all occasions, it's currently closed. This is also a facade, but they do have house robes in here. And then also, here's another thing. There's another entrance into the quarter of Nicolas Flamel. Well, there is a plaque here that states that the statue that's down there at the end, who had the illusion charm on the piece of cloth that covered his head in order to make it look like he didn't have a head to avoid the French Revolution. This is a sign here that's saying that he was born here in this building. And then from Mademoiselle Malkin's, then we turn and we come to K. Reynolds, or a play on words for caramel. And this is the sweet shop. And I really like that they have all kinds of sweet magical creatures here. A Foober, a rumpin. We got a unicorn back there. The demiguise, we just saw one of those. And then we will head inside. Sublimes, bonbons. So you can get pre-packaged candy in here, as well as fresh made bonbons and macarons. They also have K-Remel merch. From K-Remel's. We turn, and the rest of this block is just like facade of different types of shops. So we'll kind of run through those really quick. These are the most adorable plates I've ever seen in my life. I love it, and I want to buy them. Unfortunately, this is just a display, so I cannot buy them. This is another entrance to the dark section of the park. This one, there is a wand spot here. Unfortunately, right now, there is an anti-jinx in place on this one. Oh, it seems to be 2 wand spots right here. This is the copper factory, or where you could buy cauldrons. Flower shop, or a flower boutique. Oh, I like this, the little, it's moving. That's so fun. It's like inflatable. They're almost like balloons, but they're oranges, it seems. Oh, there's another boat truckle. A couple of them, 3 of them. All these little animatronics right here. That's fun. And that leads us back over to the Phoenix Arch. So back over here near Bar Moonshine, we're going to make our way into the darker section of the Wizarding Paris world, where we'll head into the Quarter de la Nicolas Flamel. Ooh, the cave and the table. There's a wine shop here. It's the facade of a wine shop. You can see it is definitely darker in here. And the first thing that we come to, oh, look at this. Like a fountain here with some demiguise in there. I like the feel in here. It feels older, it feels run down. And the first spot that we come to is Le Goblet Noir. So let's go inside and have a little bite to eat. And then we go down this hallway. I'm gonna go first.
Is it this way?
This way. So it does look small when you first go in. Hello. And then it expands larger. And here, bonjour. Thank you. They said to go down this hallway to the dining area. I like this mirror up high. And then here we are, inside of the dining area. And there are 6 different dining rooms in here. And I will give you guys a little hint, because the first time that I came in here, I didn't know how to get out. Oh, a little dragon up there. But I didn't know how to get out the first time that I came in here. So if you are trying to find your way out, just look for garbage cans, because the garbage cans are near the exit. Where should we sit? I don't know, anywhere. You want to sit in the wine cellar? One thing that should be noted, this is a place where dark wizards gather, and they love the piano. There's tapestries all over the walls, and I like that this one has like a stain on it. Almost like a blood stain. So this is the Wizard's Brew bratwurst sandwich. Roasted bratwurst, caramelized onions, Wizard's Brew beer cheese, German mustard, served in a pretzel bun with your choice of house salad or tavern frites. I got it with the tavern fries. We also got the Alchemist platter. This has smoked sausage, potato and cheese pierogies, marinated beets, pickled egg, caramelized onion, warm pretzel, German mustard, and cheese fondue. And then for dessert, we got the baklava, pistachio, walnuts, vegan anglaise, and coconut nectar. Also, the person from the French ministry said to look out for the Deathly Hallows, and I believe that I could see this right here being the Deathly Hallows right there. There's another one on this side too. Oh no, the Bureau of Magical Justice says there is a serious incident at Circus Arcanou. Anyone who may be able to communicate information about this case is asked to contact the investigators at BDLJM. Welcome to the Black Goblet. We serve goblin wine.
Advertising's clear. We like it.
I like this says unlicensed since 1612. From the Goblet Noir, the Society of Protection from Spiders, And then next to that, oh my goodness, look at this. I like that thing. And then next door, we do have Nicolas Flamel's house, which is this symbol helped point Newt Scamander here when he sought refuge. He was given a card from Dumbledore in order to make it here, and this pointed his way here on the card. I also wanted to go down this little hallway here just to give you guys a look at some of the detail down here. I need to see what all this is. Ooh, the equipment for necromance. Okay, but there's also all these fun like symbols up at the top of the wall here. And of course, Nicolas Flamel famously made the Philosopher's Stone. So there is a specialist Revelio here. So let's see if I can figure it out here. Ooh. So far it has made something here. Something in the crystal ball. Yeah. So I feel like it's supposed to open, but maybe it's not opening right now. Yeah.
Sorcerer's Stone is in that box right there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to pop open.
Try a circle with a line at a 45 degree.
Okay. And then from Nicolas Flamel's house, we turn a little bit further. This is one of the exits as well as the bathroom. And this leads back out to where the cafe is. This is the exit to the Goblet Noir.
Is this why you're wearing this?
And then right here is an antiques window, and there is a wizard or a witch in there that is in the portrait, and she will interact with you.
My name is Cassandra Trelawney, famed seer, master of the divination arts. Gentlemen, please don't be rude to our guests. Introduce yourselves.
I am Sir Cadogan, a knight of the Round Table at your service.
Bienvenue. I am Simon Marchand, artiste extraordinaire.
So if you've been to Islands of Adventure and you're familiar with the Talking Fountain, similar idea. There is an interaction that can happen with this window. You can talk to the window will talk back to you. It's a full interaction. I also like that this has all kinds of antique frames over top and these antique chairs on the wall advertising. Oh man, look at this large, I don't even know what you would call that. Like it's not a mural, but there is, oh, it's like a calendar up on the wall. It's really cool. This is an alchemist shop right here.
Yes, thank you, my dears.
And then, oh, that is what they were looking for. This is it. These are the mushroom little creatures that the students were looking for. And their excretion, they said, makes a good cleaning substance. There's their excretions. Excretions, is that the right word? And this is a wonderful cleaning product, is what they told us. Directly across from the Goblet Noir, this seems like a stroller parking area, but there is no specific ride over here. So I'm wondering what it's for. There's also nothing that says stroller parking. Just kind of an empty area here. This would be a good spot to escape the rain. And then directly behind us, from the portal into the entrance to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, we do have, this is the Meteor Restaurant. Some nice little seats outside too. We're gonna get a look inside of there and have a look at the menu. Also want to point out that there is a concierge guest services, and these are outside of every portal in the land. You can also get fuel rods over here too, at each one of these concierge buildings. So as you can see, there is the portal into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, and this is the entrance to Meteor, which is one of the other restaurants here in Celestial Park, called Meteor Astropub. We got burgers and things like that here. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. As well as some mocktails. Ooh, this first light thing, it looks like they light it on fire. Goodness. Oh no, that's the Meteor Strike. Wow. The Speechless Astronomer. This one is not as heavily themed as some of the other restaurants, but there is a little bit of theming in here. I like this room. It's sort of like indoor and outdoor. A lot of bright light in here. And there is also a bar in here. Lots of bar seating as well. A lunar libation level. Pretty funny. And then directly across from the Meteor Astropub, This is the entrance to Stardust Racers. So Stardust Racers is a triple launching coaster with a top hat as one of the first elements off the first double launch. So one of the things that sets Stardust Racers apart from other roller coasters is right here in this tunnel. There's actually 2 launches back to back. You see them hit that first launch right there, and then a second launch right there, really increasing their speed up that first hill into a top hat. And then it also has what they're calling the Celestial Spin, which is the element where the 2 roller coasters actually invert. The green's inversion is on the way up a hill, and yellow's inversion is on the way down a hill, which is the only inversion on the entire roller coaster, but man, is it a cool effect. Should also be noted that every single hill is an airtime hill on Stardust Racers. And if you look carefully on the back of the roller coaster cars, you will see a flux capacitor. That's a little nod to our friend Doc Brown from Back to the Future. The storyline behind this is our friend Vincent Various, the person who built the carousel, also built this, and he harnessed the power of comets. And originally the celestial travelers that would come to Celestial Park would have to get here via a comet, and then they discovered a much more stable and predictable way of getting here by using the portals. And so Vincent Various decided to transform their original way of travel on the comets into a form of fun where you could take a ride on a comet. So once you are facing Stardust Racers, if you turn to your left, there is a smoking section back here, as well as another bathroom off in the corner back here. Also, if there ever was going to be a parade in this park, this is probably one of the starting or ending points of it, right next to Stardust. So as we are headed away from Stardust Racers, we're going to continue making our way clockwise around the park, but there are a few little spots we have to go into over here. So this is the Meteor Astropub again. Just outside is the Bar Zenith, which is where you can get some more cocktails here. Grab and go style cocktails and beers and things. Also over here at next to Bar Zenith, they do have a couple of bathrooms out here, some family bathrooms. These are single-use bathrooms or single-person bathrooms, so there will be a line there. And then, like I said, there is some crisscrossing that has to happen throughout this area because there is a pathway that runs between these 2 sides. So looking straight ahead of us, we've got the Constellation Carousel, and we're heading towards the middle of the park. I did also want to point out that there is a water bottle filler right here, so you don't have to pay for waters. You can fill up your water bottle. So we're kind of standing in the middle of the park. Meteor Astropub right there. Stardust Racers right here. The entrance to the Ministry of Magic directly behind Meteor Astropub. Helios Grand right there. The Cosmos Fountain right here. The entrance to Dark Universe right there. The entrance to Super Nintendo World kind of right on the other side of the carousel here. And we're pretty much right in the middle of the park. And this right here will be a splash pad, a children's play area called Astronomica. Right now it's not running, but I'm sure that come the 22nd, this will be running. And kids will be running through here, cooling off throughout the day. So back at Stardust Racers, and we are continuing our way around clockwise. You can see there are some more fountains over here. These sort of join in the dancing for the Cosmos Fountain over there near the Helios Grand. And you can also see there are a lot of little lights throughout the area here. This park at night, phenomenal. So much to see and so many different lighting things that happen. So we are still making our way around clockwise, but I kind of want to head in this direction. This is the pathway that leads over towards Super Nintendo World, mainly because I want to see, we have another little gift kiosk right here, and then they have a roaming violinist as well. So this little gift shop will have various, things from Epic Universe and all the different portals in here, as well as sunglasses. All right, so back near Stardust, so we're headed in this direction. That's the Meteor Pub right there, Meteor Astropub. This is something interesting right here. You got this is called Star Sue Bao. They've got the skewers here, a grilled hot dog with rice cake wrapped in cheese crust. Ooh, that sounds really good. A celestial steam bun too, which is a vegetable blend bun with bok choy, shiitake mushrooms, and vegetarian oyster sauce. So this is just one of the locations around celestial park that offers little snacks. The next portal we come to is How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. So let's head inside. And then on the outside it says, we, my friends, have dragons. The fountain show is going on right now, so that's what all the loud music is. And then if you look, there goes Toothless flying by. Heading inside, you can see we've got some more of this steampunk elements that we see in all the portals. And then we get a screen as we travel through into the Isle of Berk. And then there are certain times of day where this is easier to read, mostly when the shadows are on it, but I'll read it for you. This is Berk, the best kept secret this side of, well, anywhere. Granted, it may not look like much, but this wet heap of rock packs more than a few surprises. So settle in and let your worries melt away. The service here soars, the cuisine's fiery, and the locals are as colorful as you get. This paradise life here is amazing, but not for the faint of heart. We have dragons, lots and lots of dragons. And then you walk around that stone and get the reveal. Right here, the Isle of Berk. It's just so breathtaking when you're walking in, and there's so many different kinetics happening, roller coasters and spinners and the wheel, just so much stuff happening. I did also want to point out that on the back of that stone where I was reading earlier, there are all the different kinds of dragons, and it's a map of Berk. So we are going to start making our way around. They do have photo kiosks set up, which are not currently running because we are here during annual pass holder previews. So the first thing we see on the left is the track for Hiccup's Wing Gliders, which is the roller coaster here. It's a little launching roller coaster. The thing that I've compared it most to is Hagrid's. It's like a mini version of Hagrid's. There's not as many different elements as there are in Hagrid's, but it's a very similar layout with animatronics and launches. Plus, it's fun. It's a fun, smooth ride. I like the sheep here. So as we continue around, we're heading up to the children's play area right here. On our left is the Viking training camp, and this is sort of like a play area for the kids. And you can see here are all the different things that they have. And they told me that out in front of each of the different areas is a little symbol that allows you to kind of level up as you progress through the different things that you can do. Yeah, here's just an overview of it because there are some kids playing in here. I'll see if I can find one of the things that shows off, like shows what the next level is going up. Oh, here you go. These are the friendship bells. And you can see this is a class 3. We used to ring these bells in fear of dragon attacks, but now they signal fun and games. So I'm not sure. Let's see. Ooh, okay, I did that one. And then there's some of these guys. Ooh, like fun things to do. Pretty fun. There's like bells that you can ring. So this is a level 3 one. I wonder if there's like a specific order that you're supposed to do it in. Also some drums up here for the kids to play. The Thunder Drums of Thunder. These traditional Birkin drums are used for ceremonies and festivals, but also just fun to play. This is also a class 3. I think it's just as you get higher up, because I'm all the way up at the top, that's where you get to the different classes. I did also want to point out that in the Viking training camp, they do have some bathrooms back here, as well as a section for the littler kids and a water bottle filler and water fountains and slides and the such too. Binoculars to look around. They have the face of a dragon. This is the ballista. It's like a ball target practice type thing. More slides and rope climbs. And then this is a seesaw right here that's shaped like Toothless. How fun. And this thing too, you could sit on and kind of bounce back and forth while you control the front of Toothless. Continuing our way around Berk after leaving the Viking training grounds. I also wanted to point out that all of the benches in Berk are shaped like dragons, and they're all hand carved. In the center of Berk, you can see this little island here with some sheep, which the sheep are friends. The dragons don't eat the sheep. They help them with training, and they just kind of hang out. So that's why they're so close to all the different dragon houses here on this island. Oh, this one's shaped like a sheep. A very angry looking sheep. And now we have come up to Hooligan's Grog and Gruel. This is where you will get the famous mac and cheese cones. There's the menu. Goldfish mac and cheese, PB&J, pork, bacon, and jam. Sounds so good. Served in a crunchy cone. Dragonfire chicken spire. They also have a Recorderling cider of strawberry and lime. Got a couple of Coke Freestyle machines over here. And then throughout the land are these various interactive elements. Let's see if this one happens to be working right now. I don't think Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's going. I think it's a race. I think I'm gonna win. Oh, did I win? I did it. Hooray! That's supposed to ring a bell. It didn't actually ring, but a bell was supposed to ring. So you just crank that handle back and forth, and whoever gets their barrel to the top first wins. As we continue on, one of the other things that is amazing about Isle of Berk is there's so many animatronics just around right here. These little dragons here sleeping with the sheep hanging out. This one's painted so they can play a game with it. And this one is dressed like a dragon right here. And in there with the sheep are the Terrible Terrors. And we all know the Terrible Terrors belong to Gothi, the village elder who lives at the very top, tippy top of this spire up there. And I hear at night, her light turns on, so you know she's there. Oh, they're bleeding at me. And then up next, we've got Dragon Racers Rally, another sheep animatronic up there in the launcher. And Dragon Racers Rally, there is a test seat out front for you to try it. Dragon Racers Rally is a ride system that you have control over. This ride lifts you high in the air and includes climbing, tilting, turning, and dropping. So this ride is a pair of twin Gerschlauer Skyfly rides. The rider controls the tilting movement and inversions of the vehicle. And the height limit on this one is 48 inches. And from Dragon Racers Rally, we turn, and the next ride that we come to is Hiccup's Wing Gliders. This roller coaster includes sudden and dramatic acceleration, climbing, tilting, dropping, and backwards motion. And the height requirement for this is 40 inches, and those between 40 and 48 must be accompanied by a supervising companion. And this is what I was saying, is the closest thing that I can compare this to is Hagrid's with less elements. It's a real easy ride with 2 launches in it. And just so you know, there is a moment where you launch forward and then roll back. Oh, the eggs are starting to hatch. We can see the rollback here. There's the rollback. The eggs have hatched. And the little baby dragons are making their way out. And directly across from the entrance to Hiccup's Wing Glider is another one of these interactive elements in the land. And you can see a Viking up top leans forward and blows into the horn. Oh no, he burped into it that time. So to get him to make noise, you just gotta come over here and spin this wheel. I don't know if you're supposed to just keep it going. Let's see if there's like an end to it. Oh, I think that was it. Because it said do-do-do-do-do-do. So if you just keep spinning it, I think it'll do different noises. But then if you stop spinning it or if you spin it too slow, it'll probably give you the wah, 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 wah. And then right next to Hiccup's Wing Gliders is Hiccup's Workshop, which is the gift shop that you go into as you exit the ride, which is full of all kinds of different How to Train Your Dragon merch. They even have one of the tails that Hiccup made to put on Toothless. And then from Hiccup's Workshop, right next door is the bathrooms, right back down there. And then next to the bathrooms is Mead Hall. So Mead Hall is the sit-down location here in the Isle of Berk. You can see they got a lot of really good options. Hooligan sausage links. Ooh. And they also have beers, and they do also have Gobber's Mead. And you can see this is the spire that is over top of the Mead Hall. All right, let's have a look inside of Mead Hall. I did also want to mention that Isle of Berk is located in between How to Train Your Dragon 2 and How to Train Your Dragon 3. So here's Stoic right here. Big old statue of Stoic. And let's go inside. Oh, what a grand reveal. My goodness. All of these tapestries on the walls are all handmade. There's also Coke Freestyle machines in here. And every piece of wood is hand carved. Oh, you could even sit up at the front here. Look at this. Amazing. Hey, this is me. Whee! Also, I believe that this is Stoic's chair right here. All of the taps behind the bar are all hand carved. Got Stoic's Ale, a High Stepper IPA, Dragon's Milk. Ooh, those are fun beer names. And when I say handmade, I mean hand woven. Here's my favorite one, the one with the sheep. And that's over top of the door leading in. Also, so all of us here in the Isle of Berk are hooligans. So the maximum hooligans allowed is 672 inside of Mead Hall. All right, after we came out of Mead Hall, Rough Nut and Tough Nut are out here, meeting and greeting with folks. And then across from Mead Hall is how to treat your dragon. And the cloud jumper out front, look at this. There it is, the cloud jumper. Let's go inside how to treat your dragon, where they sell treats. All right, let's have a look inside of how to treat your dragon. And so in here, you will find all kinds of different treats. For instance, Barf and Belch, Sourfish, Candy Rocks. And then they also have some other how to train your dragon merch, as well as candy by the bulk, and by bulk candy. And home goods here. Is this a tea towel? Here are some of the treats that they have available.
So those are going to be, yeah, those are K-Cups.
Inside here is also where you can collect your mystery dragon egg, and each mystery dragon egg comes with a card, and you can collect all of them. They also have a weapons wall where you can collect shields and swords from your favorite characters. And as we exit how to treat your dragon on the other side of the cloud jumper, we turn to our left and we come across Gobber's Forge, where we can meet Gobber, and here's Grump, another animatronic dragon, who is in charge of the forge.
Well, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, I'm doing good. You got any plans for the day? Anything exciting happening here at your
Well, I'm trying to
forge?
work on a new saddle for Asher for the dragon races, because Barf and Belch, the twins, have taught them how to attack her from both sides.
Oh.
So I've been trying to work on a new saddle to give some defenses to her, so some spikes on it to make sure that if they attack, it's going to get spiked on them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
The problem is, as you can see, my dragon's sleeping.
Oh.
He hasn't lit the forge today, so I can't really get much work done. And also, I've got 55 orders today, and I'm only on number 3 because the forge is not lit, and
Gotcha.
Hiccup is somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that's been my problem today.
Right, right.
So.
I'm interested in this hat, the helmet you got there. What happened with that?
This is just kind of a keepsake for when we used to fight dragons.
Oh yeah.
You know, this dragon took a nice big chunk out of this one, so.
Jeez.
But yeah, that's all. I just keep it for a memento. You know,
Gotcha.
I like to remember the old times. So sometimes I miss those days of fighting dragons.
Ooh.
So I had to say it quietly, but you know, I wouldn't give a grump for anything. So.
Yeah.
But you know, that's how I was raised. We lived that for a long period of time.
Yeah. I also see you have a troll back there.
You see it.
I do see it.
You see the troll? Okay. I've been trying to tell everyone that there's a troll here, but nobody believes me. So you see the troll back there.
Right, yeah.
That's right, everyone. Trolls do exist. And they steal your socks. He's stealing my left one right now. And I've only got a left foot.
Right.
I'm so glad that I'm not crazy. I'm so glad
oh no, my sock. What the heck? Oh no, he's got it there.
That's so quick.
I know.
I'm so
Jeez
glad you
Louise.
proved that I'm not crazy.
Yeah, you're
Everybody
not.
doesn't believe me about the bone napper. They don't believe me about trolls. I keep telling them all these things. They don't believe me. But you see it, so I'm proud of you for believing me. Thank you.
I believe
That's
it.
right, folks. Trolls do exist.
See?
Right.
I'm missing a sock because of it.
I've missed a lot of socks, so welcome to the club.
Yeah.
At least you got a right foot, though.
That's true. I'm hoping to keep it for as long as I can.
Well, good thing is the dragons are very friendly now, so you don't have to worry about them attacking you.
Yeah.
I had a monstrous nightmare to eat my hand, and apparently I was delicious, so he came back for my
Ooh.
foot.
I wonder what I taste like.
I don't want to know.
Okay. And then from Gobber's Forge, there's this fountain sort of in the center here. Water and things like that, and hand-laid mosaic around the outside of it. And directly next to this fountain is Fire Drill. Right next to Fire Drill, we do have an artist representation of a carved version of Barf and Belch, who are Rough Nut and Tough Nut's dragons. Fire Drill is the water ride here in the Isle of Berk. And then also next to Fire Drill is a dragon's tail here. This is the tail of a deadly natter, which is the same type of dragon that Astrid has. They also have some human dryers over here which are powered by this grunkle who blows fire in and dries you off. Not really, just in story. So Fire Drill is a water ride, a slow-moving boat ride where you can control a water cannon and try to gain points by hitting targets. It's like a training academy for putting out fires. Here's a look at some of the boats that they have in storage right now that they're cleaning up and fixing up to put back out. And so from the entrance to Fire Drill, we are turning to the left a little bit and then continuing our way clockwise around the Isle of Berk. As we're passing by the exit of Fire Drill, we come across a drawbridge. Really, really cool theming here in the Isle of Berk. And then once we get across the drawbridge, we come to the entrance to the Untrainable Dragon, the stage show here, where all of the people of Berk think that they cannot train a dragon, but as it turns out, there's something they didn't see before, and with the help of Hiccup, they figure it out. Now we got a few more tails over here for dragons. This is a triple strike tail, and this one's the tail of a rumblehorn. Fun fact about it, the rumblehorn is part of the tracker class of dragons. And the Untrainable Dragon takes place in the dragon hatchery, and that's why they have these egg shells up here as the lights over top of the sign. And there's another sign over here that says, "Welcome, baby dragons." All right, we have our seat for the Untrainable Dragon. But I did also want to point out, that's a screen, this is a screen, this is a screen over here. So that ought to be interesting to see the way that the set transforms throughout the show.
For years to come. Only like this. Gather, contain that dragon and we'll find him.
Life is better here in Berk because we have dragons.
And from the Untrainable Dragon, we turn to the right and we come to Toothless Treasures. They have a whole adoption ceremony for you to adopt a baby dragon. And then up here you've got the Night Lights, which are the baby dragons from Toothless and the Night Fury, and the Light Fury. We're doing it.
In accordance with all Viking tradition.
Somebody just adopted a dragon. Here's something that's cool about this shop is up here, they have some hand-carved figurines of Rough Nut and Tough Nut with Barf and Belch. You've got Hiccup with Toothless, and then you've got Astrid, and then the other two children from the movie, Snotlout and Fishlegs, right there. And these are the plushes that you can get. You can buy these at other locations, but this is where they do that little ceremony where they cheer for you and you have to solemnly swear to raise this dragon as your own child. And as you exit Toothless Treasures, you find Toothless and Hiccup when they first met each other. This is hand carved in this piece of wood right here. And then here is the entrance to the Toothless meet and greet. Current wait time 45 minutes. And there's Toothless right there. The Toothless meet and greet. And from the Toothless meet and greet, we continue our way around. And if you are here when the night lights do come out, they will come out from this gate right here. So if you're looking to see the nightlight walk around characters, this will be where they are. Oh, the night lights are coming out. Oh, adorable. Ooh.
Everyone say hi, Willow.
Hi, Willow.
All right, Willow, have you ever pounced like a dragon before?
He's gonna show off the pounce. Let's see it.
Okay, so all right, can I see your dragon claws? And let me see your best dragon face. We can all do that?
Yes.
All right, Willow, you gonna help me out? All right, we're gonna do it again. Feet wide apart in a wide dragon stance. All right, getting into the dragon stance.
Ooh, nice work. Ooh, it heard fish.
Okay,
Follow the fish?
no, you never like my fish games. Okay,
This
I
is
know
fun.
which one you wanna play.
Oh look, wiggle their ears. Oh, blinking their eyes. Oh, wiggling their ears.
Look up to the sky. Now look down. Oh, you're very smart, Dart. Let's give it up for Dart.
Yay!
All right, Dart. You know what, Dart? Do you want to wave goodbye
Adorable.
to our friends before we go find your brothers?
Oh, amazing.
It was lovely to meet you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day on Berk.
Bye.
All right, Dart. Let's go find your brothers. You can't run off on me like that again. You have to show me where they went.
And from that gate, we've got some restrooms right here with some water fountains for filling. And then we're getting closer to, oh my goodness, a dragon. Even the eyes change on this animatronic. So from the Snow Wraith, we turn and pass the Coke Freestyle machines here at Spitfire Grill. And this is where they have a lot of bowls. So you've got the Stoic Steak Bowl, Hiccup Salmon Bowl, Meat Lugs Chicken Bowl, Astrid Shrimp Bowl, and Volka's Vegan Bowl. And then directly across from this is the Hooligan Harbor Hideaway, which is where you can sit and eat your bowls from Spitfire Grill. In this seating area, you'll have views of the people participating in Fire Drill. Here they come right now, coming around the corner. Seems like these folks' cannons are not working. And then from Spitfire Grill, we continue our way back towards the front entrance of the Isle of Berk. Last thing on the left right here before we leave are the three terrible terrors right here, fighting over some fish. And then another little gift shop here. And one thing that should be mentioned about every land is that there's the entrance, which is here, right here. You can see the map that we showed at the beginning of this video. And there's the exit. And this can be either the entrance or the exit. You don't have to go through the portal, but this is designated an exit so that you're not clogging up the entrance back into the land. So continuing our way around, we have left behind the portal for Isle of Berk right here. This is a restaurant. We don't know what this restaurant's gonna be. It hasn't been announced yet. We will add some updates to the description down below of things that we learn once things are fully announced. However, we can tell that this will be a very large restaurant. It spans from here all the way over to here. I also wanted to head down over in this direction because we are making our way back up to the Kronos at the front of the park, and we can get a front view of Luna. One of the other waterways that we do know the name of, and this is the Chaos Pools right here. So there she is, a front view of Luna with her rabbit right next to her. And as we continue clockwise around the park, like I said, we're getting closer and closer to the front. Another Starbucks location here, and then I need to check inside. Inside of the Starbucks over here, they do have the Discovery series for Epic Universe right here. So I think we're definitely gonna buy one of these right now. And so from the Starbucks, we continue our way, North Star Wintry Wonders. It does occasionally snow out here. You can kind of see the Snope device sticking out of the ceiling up there. So if you see snow happening, that's what's happening. Here outside of the North Star Wintry Wonders. Let's go inside and have a look, because there is also an Earl the Squirrel that shows up every once in a while. A little Easter egg in here for you. Oh, Elf on Break. This is fun. This is probably where they paint the custom ornaments. But there he is, there's Earl the Squirrel coming out right there. A little Easter egg for you. Oh my goodness, I didn't see this Captain Cacao floppy hat right here. Look at this. How much fun is that? It's $32 for a fuzzy floppy hat. The Christmas shop has more than just Christmas stuff in it, but it is themed to Christmas. That's the rocket ship from Pizza Moon too. And Captain Cacao's starship right there. Exciting, lots of little things in there, along with Earl the Squirrel. I don't know what the robot represents though. There's Captain Cacao right there, a Captain Cacao Jack in the Box. A Captain Cacao in the box. And the rocket from Pizza Moon right there. I can hear the thing trying to make snow right now, but I think maybe they're just out of snow juice. So, right next door to North Star Wintry Wonders, you've got the Sensorium Emporium, various Emporia lens flare. Now, this is the exact same store as the Christmas shop. They're attached to each other, but it does change themes over here. And then this is also where you come to do your photo pickup from My Universal Photos. Another smaller store that has a lot of different things from different sections of the park. And like I said, it is also connected to the North Star Wintry Wonders, where they have some more of the stuff too. So if on your way out, if you wanted to get some last minute souvenirs, this is one of the stops that you could make. Right next to the Sensorium Emporium, you've got the bathrooms. And that leads us back to the Kronos and the Emerald Portal. And that leads us out this way, which would lead us to the exit and back to the parking lot. And that brings us back to where we started the video, right here at the entrance to Universal's Epic Universe. And with that being said, we are off. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
We're the Bowden family from Orlando.
And now is the time to pay the price.